Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday, welcome back, fresh brand new Toasty Week of Hazel streams. We're on Remix, I'm on Remix as we speak. I was actually on early playing Remix just like before I started the stream, which is how into Remix I am right now. I never usually do that. How you guys doing? Morning, Hazel, hi, hello, how you doing? What was I going to do? I was going to turn in my infinite research. I've been playing. I haven't been playing as much as some people. I'm not like 715 or anything crazy. But we have been playing, and I'm trying out Heroic World Tier for the first time, and I'm really not sold yet on it. It does give you like a lot more infinite power, and you seem to get about twice as many whatchamacallums, motes, the mote things from like a box, like you'll get 2 of them from a quest box instead of just 1. But stuff hurts, and I don't know if I like having to pay attention. This is kind of fun when you're just, press W rolling over stuff. So I'm gonna try and tough it out and stay in World Tier, at least as long as it takes me to get Legion Slayer 3, which is, or maybe 4. You need to do 100 enemies, empowered enemies in Heroic World Tier. Could have sworn that I did more than that. Anyway, you need to do 100 of them, and that gives you an infinite knowledge. And once I have that, I feel like then we're chilling, then we're fine. I'm also working on the Stormheim campaign and Sojourner quest lines. I did that a bit of that off stream, so I've got some of that, a little bit more of that to go. I was gonna turn in. I have like research. Should I just go do that? It's hard to not do world quests. The fact that you just do a world quest and then like, maybe it's not every time, but it feels like a lot of the time you just get, maybe it is every time, 2,000 rep. I know the Paragon caches aren't that good, but it's just hard to turn down. Honey Bun, thank you for the 46-month resub. I've missed watching you so much. Welcome back. Hope everything is good with you and Bun. Playing game for fun? Amazing, right? Maybe for alts it's better. Yeah, perhaps. It definitely did help me get my, I've been getting my, what do they call this thing? Limits Unbound ranked up. I'm at 8, which is, I had started at like, well, 0, because that's how that works. But, like I had like 1 a day or 2 ago. Like they really start coming quickly once you start, once you turn on World Tier, especially if you have some knowledge. I'm at knowledge 15 right now. Not done, but it's been coming along. And I've just started sending my fragmented mementos anytime I get them too. They're worth about 85k-ish. I think they'll get well over 100 once I get more knowledge. But for now, it's been good. No intro music. Was there not music? There should have been. It should have worked. Although I've been updating my software, so who knows? Who knows what's going on? It's telling me that my captions plugin is broken, which is very sad. I need to investigate to see if I can get it updated. I tried to get it disabled just for the time being to see if that would fix a different problem I had, because it was out of date. And then I couldn't even get that going. So we're not batting great when it comes to fixing the streaming software. Let's see. Now, 710, item level 63, my last artifact talent. Holy, you're huge. Doing well. Being at her first Thanksgiving. She'll be 6 months in early November. Oh, man, that went fast. How are you? How's Kieran? Moose, how is the move? I'm good. Kitty, how you doing? She's on my lap right now. She's rightfully protesting how cold it is. But she's excited, I think, that I'm streaming, because this means she gets to come sit on my lap and warm up. Moose is good. Moose likes having a yard. House is good. House is real nice. There was intro music. Good. Yeah, no, we're doing good. We had our Thanksgiving a couple days ago. I went to visit some family, had some food, saw some people. It was nice. There you go. I'm doing this for infinite research. I think I'm pretty close to getting the transmog set you get for doing the Legion Remix campaign. I need to do a few more research quests, but then I think they'll give me my transmog set. And I think at some point, I read in one of the achievements that they're going to start giving me more bronze from doing infinite research, which sounds good to me. I need a lot of bronze. I'm coming along. For some reason, this jumped up to 56%. I don't know if it decided to count it differently or if I just like bought a lot more stuff than I thought I did. Because my collection is worth 3.6 mil of 6.2 mil bronze, which is supposedly... Oh, maybe they reworked it, because it used to be 8 mil, didn't it? I don't know. Anyway, we're over halfway there, but we're just over halfway there. Object to the coldness, warm me, humid. Also cold here, I love it. We're playing a fun game right now where I don't really have reliable heat, which was cute in the late summer, but now that it's definitely fall and it's like actually freezing, like ice outside, like burr, it's a little less fun. The people are gonna come and install the heat, but it's gonna be a little bit still, so we're kind of like patching gaps together. I did get the wood stove going, but I only have so much firewood, but I am arranging to get more firewood, because I figure even if I'm getting like my heat installed, it's still good to have a stockpile. Just, you know, the power goes out and it's cold, maybe we're going to want to have a fire. But I don't know when they're going to be able to bring it. So we're kind of like budgeting our remaining logs, being like, well, how cold is it? How cold is it going to get tomorrow night? You know, how many sweaters do you want to wear? I did move away from the city. I did. Important for all the stuff I want in Legion Fall. Nice. This add-on is called Legion Remix Helper. It does a couple nice things. I like the collection window, although I mainly just check the progress tab. It's also great for scrapping. It can help you auto-populate the scrap window with things that you have outgeared or that are not of relevant item level for you, which is a huge help because your bags fill up with garbage so fast. Put my heat on for the first time last night. Made me think about you. When we get that, we're getting better at using the wood stove. I'm getting the hang of it. When we have it fired up, it's lovely. It's super toasty. It's just that we only have so much wood for it. Moved on to the military base here. When Bean was week old, much better than where we were. Oh, nice. Items in Remix upgrade differently from last Remix. Last time you used to put your bronze into them to boost them up. And now you're getting item level upgrades to drop from things like raids and loot boxes, but also basically all content drops these motes of broken time. You combine 10 of those to make a piece of loot. And the item level is tuned in a way that it's generally a small upgrade for you based on your average item level. So as long as you keep getting those and you keep using them, you're going to go up over time because it's going to keep giving you small upgrades, and hopefully you get them for a variety of slots and none of your slots get left behind. When snow's so cozy, love it. Got this Caswell moving ring, didn't want to drop it. Yeah, I'm letting my rings fall, my rings, trinkets, and neck, the jewelry that has the traits on it. I have in my head the list of traits that I will accept, which for me, Volatile Magics, Touch of Malice, Terror from Below. Those are the 3 that I am willing to have. I would rather have more Touch of Malice, but what are you going to do? I will wear things that have those on them, and if they don't have that on them, I don't care what item level they are, I'm not wearing it, because as far as the tooltip says anyway, the effect of the trait is the same regardless of the item level of the piece. The only thing that's scaling on it is your stamina. So if your jewelry really like sucks but has the right traits, it's going to be just as good as the good jewelry with the right traits, except that you don't have as much health, which is a price I'm willing to live with for the moment. So I just kind of let it fall behind until I find the good ones. And it means that if I'm referencing my item level, I've been keeping higher item level pieces, but of like the wrong traits in my bags, because that'll give me better bag item level, which will help me presumably get into like groups or something. Your average item level will include things that you're not wearing. So that's what I'm doing. Low health healer problem. Are there even healers? I don't know. Whenever I enter a raid group, I, on this character, did my UI to just completely hide raid frames altogether, because I'm like, it's not my problem. And sometimes I forget that I'm in a group. Like, it's easy for me to walk out of the raid and then just go about my life, and then somebody says something in instant chat, and I'm like, oh, I did not leave. Healing rough and remix this time around are just insignificant. I didn't even try it because of what happened to it last time. It just doesn't seem like a mode that lends itself to interesting healing gameplay, so I'm just hunted. Yeah, Pining, thank you for the 6-month resub. Holy smokes, half a year. Appreciate it. Zandalar trolls the ability to pray to a different Loa. Chose Kimball for more taunts. Oh. I've left mine to be completely default, which I think gives me like fall speed or something. I don't know. Anyway, I did that for another infinite research, so that's good. Can leave there and go turn that in. The main thing is keeping the fingies warmed up. The feet are okay. The core is okay. It's just the hands. So that's where the tea comes in. Tea is good for drinking, but tea is also nice for holding. Assuming that you can take your hands off your remix keys long enough. Nice. Hello, how you doing? How are things with you, Big Spoons, bud? I want to... I've started just using my Nostwins vouchers because I have 60 of them. I've started to just send them buff and DPS and healers because of the 5-tank nonsense. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. I have not done any amount of keys yet because I haven't felt a strong need to. I'm kind of dipping into things as they catch my attention or seem like a good idea. And for now, I'm kind of busy just trying to finish... I'm trying to finish my questing achievements. I still have yet to start Suramar. It's a problem because I did the Nightfallen emissary and I have 22 hours to turn it in, and you actually can't until you've at least unlocked the zone. Like, the NPC's not there, so I need to I need to get on that. This one and this one, and then we'll pick up some more world quests. Oh, I love world quests. We'll do that, and then what else do you want me to do? Like a heroic dungeon? Any heroic dungeon? Sure, yeah, can do that. Let's do any heroic dungeon. Although, if I could do a Dark Heart Thicket, that would give me 2 of them. So let's queue for Heroic Thicket. Still leveling my first remix, too. You've got loads and loads and loads of time. All the zone campaigns on Heroic mode. I've tried. I did most of my stuff outside of it. I've been doing a little bit of Stormheim in Heroic mode. I think it's... I mean... Obviously, you get more stuff for doing it in heroic mode, but it does seem to take, like, you get twice as much stuff, but it seems to take twice as long. So I think it's kind of a wash, depending on your character's power, maybe. You may reach a power point where it's the same speed and you're just getting more stuff for it. But for me, I think once I finish my Legion Slayer achievement, I'm going to go back out, because you just quest so much faster when you're not worried about death. I have that on already. That is an upgrade. That is an upgrade. I will wear it. I'm not mad at that. And we can do this. Nice. I finished my Stormheim meta, but I still need to finish the Stormheim campaign. Working through quest achievements and stuff here. We want all the infinite knowledge. So, I'm in queue for my dungeon. I did my world boss for the day already. I did that off stream before we started. I think I want to keep working in Stormheim, and I'm just going to tough it out in heroic mode for a while. We're just going to do that for a little bit. Stuff dies slower. You can level else faster. Mine is only 99% XP gain. Oh, that's pretty good still. Mine is at 118% before 70. It'll get a little bit better once I finish Stormheim and then Suramar. Suramar still laggy? Holy. The add-on that's tracking my cosmetic completion is called Legion Remix Helper. That's Legion Remix Helper in this case. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do Stormheim in Heroic World Tier. That's what I'm up to right now. I get pulled in a lot of directions, and it's very fun, and it's very exciting, and it's highly distracting, and it's fine because, like, we're getting progress no matter what. But it's sometimes a little overwhelming. Leveling partner keeps trying to push Heroic World Tier on me, and I'm like, this is just going to make this take longer. I feel like if you're having fun in World Tier, that's great. And if you're not, that's fine too. It's optional. I think I'm going to leave once I get my achievement. Are you getting the best progress? I'm sure I'm not. But you know what makes me feel better whenever I'm like, oh man, I'm doing this so slow, which I'm not. That's the crazy lady talking. But like whenever I think that, I go, you know what? There's all kinds of people. And they'll get their stuff done too. There's nothing wrong with doing this. But there's all kinds of people that are waiting until the 3rd tier anyway. So I may be behind, but I'm not behind them. But of course none of this matters. It's just arcade mode. It's fun though. It's fun. I'm still not that strong, but I'm stronger than I was. I'm strong enough to be an asset to like a random dungeon group at least, if not a heroic raid. I still can't get into mythic raids. They won't invite me. I'm sure if I found the right group that was just taking, you know, the garbage off the street, then they would take me, but I'm just going to leave it until I have more item level. Started tuning into streams again. Happy to see you enjoying Remix. It's so good. Yeah, I could start my own. I could. It is technically an option. Did heroic world tier for my first zone, hit 80 before even finishing the first zone, so I don't want to go back. Once I'm done, then I'll willingly go full on heroic world tier. Be able to get into mythic grades at 612. I was. Well, I didn't, so that's okay. I didn't spend, you know, this wasn't like an empirical study where I spent an hour, but like I was applying to groups for a few minutes. I got declined from like 5 of them, and then I thought, this isn't fun. I'm leaving. I'm going to do something else. I don't need to do this right now. Do I care about what you want? Maybe. I have campaign quests though that I'm doing, so we're gonna do those first. This isn't really where I was meant to be. It's funny, the campaign achievements, like the campaign Stormheim, there is extra campaign in the zone that is not necessarily related or like required. It's a bit funny. Oh, I need to be careful. This is gonna be highly dangerous. Okay. We're gonna drop in like right here. And we're gonna use some coolies. And I have officially fricked my pets because they can't get down now. Oh dear. Oh no. Let's dismiss them and then maybe resummon and then see if that goes okay. Also, gotta remember to use the button. What is the extra action button? Something to do with the quest that I'm on. They want to do a lot of sub-stories in Suramar. And I mean, if they're required for the Sojourner achievement, then that's all fine and good too. But a lot of them just aren't, which is fine. You know, I feel like as long as I can get my achievements, that's pretty much what I'm after here. Okay, this is going okay. You do take a lot of damage though, and the empowered mobs are really empowered. Sometimes they're really scary. They do a lot of damage. I've died a few times to, like an overpull with an empowered mob in the pack that I wasn't able to get down. Cat managed to rewind your stream back to the beginning, and I don't even know how he did that. I don't know if I knew that you could do that. I'm not. That's kind of impressive. 10 world quests left for the outfit achievement, then I'm leaving Heroic World Tier alone. For the outfit. They want me to do something to this portal. I'm destroying it. Oh, with this horn. I see. I'm mixing up my funky buttons. Yeah, you'll see my health bar move. It'll happen. It'll come. Codeine Shoddy, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Turbo users can rewind streams while live. Oh. Something they added. Only available for subs or turbo users if the streamer has VODs enabled. Well, that's neat. Not to be that person, but it's nice to see them finally adding something that YouTube's had for a long time. That's good. Useful feature. We're gonna do this one. I think I'm not that far off the Stormheim campaign. I think we're getting there. I haven't done any retail this week's reset. I should do weeklies at some point, but like, am I gonna? I don't know. I'm probably not gonna do it on stream. I might do Undermine off stream at some point. Because I still want my miscellaneous Mechanica, and doing my Undermine weeklies is really the best way to get it, you know? Like, I haven't gotten any aside from the Paragon caches. Like, you'd think that they'd throw you a bone every now and then, but I guess not. Not a turbo user? If it also applies to subs, that would work too. Are you doing the rare roundup for shards though? No. I haven't been doing that either. It's just, remix is just too fun. I'm starting to think that Elenira may not. We might not. We'll have to see. Here. Is that it? Is it destroyed? We do it? Mission accomplished? 5 years later, you'll be still doing Undermine weeklies. Yeah. The good news is I like Undermine weeklies. I'm one of those people that is broken inside and enjoys them. I kind of get a kick out of shipping and handling, as long as it's working anyway. Sometimes I find it's very broken and my jobs keep failing and I have to reset them, which drives me nuts. I feel like if I just got one mount for Mechanica, that would feel like an accomplishment, you know. And I'm close to that. I'm, you know, 1 or 2 Mechanica away from that. So that's maybe more reasonable. And then we can ride that mount. And then whenever anybody goes, wow, you have the miscellaneous Mechanica mounts, I'll be like, yeah, sort of. You know, if we're lying today. I am not going to do that yet because they're just about to send me into a dungeon. Any good upgrades? What are we going to get? Oh, yeah, belt. I think my boots are behind. My boots are... I could use some new boots. Main objection is them breaking too often. Yeah. It's frustrating because of how annoying it is to get the Mog from the 10 stream streak. Like, it would be annoying if everything worked perfectly all of the time. But with them breaking, sometimes like pretty deep in too. Like, you get to job 8 and it won't work and you're like, well, this sucks. Boots should be under, not behind. Yesterday I pushed my key solo and around 720 with 100 points in the final artifact tray. I could pretty easily get my own key to a 21. Oh, nice. How was your weekend? How was my weekend? What did I get up to? I talked to some tire people. Did I make anything? I was gonna make something. Oh, well, I did Thanksgiving. That was nice. That took up basically a day. Were they Canadian tire people? You would think. You would think. I went to a small town tire shop because I'm trying to, whenever possible, I'm trying to like keep my businesses pretty local. And I had done like an online estimate that I had brought in that I guess was supposed to talk to their system but didn't. And the poor guy at the counter was like so confused because I don't think anyone's showed him anything from online in the last 20 years. Like, he knows everybody. They call or they come in. And then he's like, so, huh? Like, I don't know either, man. We can start over. I'm sorry. I should have just called. I'm being too antisocial here. Delusional, waiting for bug fixes before I try to finish Undermine. Yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't blame you. I also am kind of split on whether or not that's delusional. They are usually so slow at fixing things that are broken in old content. It's not like a never thing, but something that normally, if it was current, would get hotfixed in like a week or two, could take years. That one's been broken basically since Undermine came out, but it's gotten worse lately, at least for me. Yeah, non-Canadian tire, Canadian tire people. I should buy a snow shovel or two soon. It's just going to be that time. The time to buy a snow shovel is probably not after it snows for the first time of the year. I should probably do it sooner rather than later. You know, just so I have it. It was good. I'm enjoying fall. I'm enjoying like the fall weather and ambiance. You know, a little damp, a little crisp. Pretty leaves, lovely hikes and walks. Saw another bear. I don't think it's that remarkable at this point. Especially because they seem to just hang out in certain areas. And also I think they're like super active right now. They're gonna take their nap soon, and then we're not gonna see them much until spring. But I saw another. It was walking away from me. It was a big bear booty. It had such a big fluffy bear butt. I'm just gonna do a shovel for now. Any additional snow moving technology is going to wait until I've figured out what my needs are. In the past, I've just let my car get snowed in until it melted and just walked places, and I could sort of get, if I stock up on groceries, I can get away with that. So we're gonna see, but I'd like to have shovels shovels and snow tires just in case, you know, the emergency. How close? Out on a hike, so not right by my house. Afraid to spend bronze items I should prioritize. Cosmetics that won't be available again. I wonder if there's a good way to figure that out, because there are things that are in Remix that are like kind of only in Remix. I started on the exclusive ensembles vendor. There's somebody that's got the subtitle exclusive ensembles, and that's where I started because it just seemed like a good idea. But yeah, that's a good question. Because a lot of the stuff, like the dungeon apparel, the raid apparel, the world apparel, that stuff is technically available otherwise. But I'm just kind of buying everything with the understanding that I'm probably going to have enough bronze eventually to get everything. And I'm not saving any bronze for future phases because I figure when there's a new phase, I'm going to be making new bronze. So I'm trying not to worry about it too much. Do you have to shovel your driveway sidewalk by law? I don't think anyone cares if you shovel your driveway. Sidewalk? I don't know. It's not much of a sidewalk. It's just kind of road. I think if you shoveled the sidewalk-ish area, you would then, like, if a snowplow comes through, they're just going to push all the road snow right there. So I don't think it's a big deal. We'll see. I'm going to basically take my cues from what everybody else does. I've never lived during the winter. Yet. Tim, thanks for the 35-month resub. Hi, hope your day is going well. Hi! Oh, that was very squeaky. That was like a gnome hi. Hello. Hello. Day's good. I got a nice kitty in my lap. I'm happy. Use my paladin consecration to melt the snow. Oh man, Moose is gonna have a yard to play in snow. Off leash. He's gonna go nuts. Page says I only need 700k bronze. It does not seem right to me. Mine jumped up at a certain point, which I'm choosing to just take at face value because it's good news. Manly hello. I figured I should butch it up a little bit just to balance things out. Got the Surmar arc in his shoulders so I can cosplay as Valtois. Can you do a Tauren voice? I don't really know what they sound like. They sound kind of goofy, don't they? When I lived in Victoria, there were sidewalk clearing bylaws or laws or something, where the homeowner was responsible for the sidewalk in front of their home. But having said that, adherence spotty. You would go for a walk in a neighborhood, and you can tell who cares and who does not care, because it goes, it's very patchwork. Some people try, some people try a little bit, some people do not try. And maybe they get fined, they certainly could, but practically, maybe a quarter, maybe like 10 to 20% of people just did not care. How long could you go with a deep voice before it becomes uncomfortable? Not long. Not good for you. Doofy, sad boo. Oh. Maybe I just need to hear what they sound like again. Maybe they're not doofy. I want to turn in more research, I bet. Because that should have been worth a couple. Also, we got more of these guys. Manacles. Yeah, okay. That's an upgrade. I'll take it. It's giving me stuff that's just shy of 627 now. I'm pretty sure I have a infinite research. I need to do a group finder normal dungeon, and I need to do tormented guardians in LFR. Something you're supposed to have them cleared within 48 hours, but compliance enforcement spotty. I don't sound goofy because it's a dog, Tauren, or cows, but I couldn't think of a cartoon cow. There must be a cartoon cow. Guess who's finally here? Is it you? Hi, Van. How you doing? Oh, it's God King Scofield. God King is such a metal title. I'm a little bit jealous. Can we get that? Can I be God King Crawdad? Do you think it has the same gravitas? Better to do side quests at max level. That's what I'm doing just because I am max level. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any alts at all, so I'm just doing everything on my main. They certainly go a tiny bit faster, but if you were going to level alts anyways, you may as well spread it out across characters. Don't play retail much these days, but my GF does. Really excited about housing. She's been bummed because it was delayed on the PTR. Any plans? She's a big Sims creator fan looking for the WoW equivalent. Oh. Oh. I am very excited about housing. I don't know what my content for it's going to look like. I would like to do something. I know it feels like it's taking forever to come out, but it'll be here before you know it. We'll all be playing with it. Mounts tied to pushing alts to 80, but most of those mounts, if not all of them, are available on a vendor for bronze, so you can skip it. Like all of these Felscorn mounts, you can just buy for 20k bronze a pop. So that I'm not super worried about. There is one achievement for transmog sets. These ones, the Deathless Champion, Marauder, Wanderer, and Magus. Trial of Valor on Mythic difficulty, Deathless on character of each armor type. So that's for appearance ensembles. That I think must be a different color than the ones that you can get on the vendor, or the ones you get from the regular quest. Otherwise, it would be weird for them to call them out like this. But I'm not even sure if I care about those. That would be the main thing. What are your hopes for a midnight release date? Oh man, time goes so fast. I don't think not that it doesn't matter, but it could be any day and I could blink and it would be here. I feel like time goes so fast. I'm never sitting around like, oh man, like I always have stuff in front of me. So I have really no concept. I'm not even sure when it's supposed to come out. Like January? I don't know. February? December? Soon. Time Runner X achievement. X is every class. Is it going to give me anything I want, though? Spring, yeah. Sometime. But housing comes earlier than that. I'm more excited about housing release than midnight release. And housing is going to be available in the last patch of this expansion for people that pre-ordered the next one. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess if they said it wasn't going to be until like 2029, I would be bummed because that would be weird. But, as long as it's within the next 12 or so months, I feel like it's just going to come pretty quick. That is unironically what she was looking for. God, King Crawdad absolutely has the same gravitas. Imagine if you started a WoW home decor YouTube show. Cute designs, helping people with designs, giving tips and low effort, high impact stuff. Wild that we're getting housing before Legion Remix finishes. Yeah, and I feel like I have to get everything I want to do from Legion Remix finished before housing because, like, good luck getting me back at that point. I think that's going to be the end of that. Silver Stitcher, thank you for the 43-month resub. Appreciate it. Do you like pugs? Like the dogs? Or groups of people that I don't know that I'm doing content with in WoW? I like all kinds of dogs. Both. Based on your name, I figured maybe we were talking about dogs despite the context. Yeah, they're cute. I like all dogs. I pet any dog I meet. I do not judge dogs for being dogs. I wouldn't get one myself. Unless it, like, fell out of the forest into my lap and was like, Hazel, you're the only one that can save me. Because I don't... The brassy cephalic breeds that have, like, the squished faces and have a hard time breathing, it would just worry me. I like a big old mutt. I like a like a mystery breed from the shelter kind of puppy. Is my speed. But I will ooh and ah and pet and go ooh goo boo goo boo goo boo goo boo over everybody's doggies. A lot of people in the city had Frenchies. You'd see Frenchies around a lot. Those aren't pugs, but smooshies. Forest talking pug would be hard to turn away. That is true. I say a lot of things. Like, I say that I wouldn't necessarily get, like, a long-haired cat. But then, like, if it happens to me and the long-haired cat, crawls into my car out of a parking lot and is like, then, like, what am I going to do? Not keep the cat? Like, we got to be honest with ourselves. Mystery breed, but she's small and angry. I love the little grumpy dogs. I used to, a neighbor in my last place had, like, must have been a Chihuahua, maybe a Chihuahua mix. I don't know, one of those little things, and it was cranky. It wanted you to acknowledge it, but it didn't really want you to interact with it. It wanted attention, but nothing, no personal space. No one get within my bubble, but also please pay attention to me. It was so funny. It was like excited to see Moose, but then the second that Moose would get near it, it would be like, never mind. And the woman that owned it was very sweet, but she was always like, don't be so cranky. You know, like, it's fine, you know. That's just how he is. That's all right. Take salt types. Who's cranking? The Warrior. Dragon Hog, there's a name. 697. Doing plenty of damage. I'm keeping up too. I'm doing something. There. There's so much in my quest log. I love my doggy. I didn't think he would be cold when it was cold inside because he's got like a double coat. He's like a fluffy boy. You think he wouldn't get cold just hanging out, but when it is cold in here and we're not heating the place, he curls himself up into the tightest little mooseman bun, the tightest little moosey roll, and then he looks at you mad, like you can tell he's not happy. He's just like, mm. And then when you get the fire going and it's actually like nice and toasty, then he'll stretch out and roll around in his back and just show you his belly and start snoring, and like you can tell he's sleeping way better. He's a Cinemoose roll. We have a Chihuahua Rottweiler mix. Has all the neuroses of a Chihuahua with the size of a Rottie. Oh my god. I've never heard of that particular mix. That sounds like quite the situation. Oh. I love your dog. I've never met your dog, but I love your dog. In Remix, sometimes, especially in raids, I've kind of accepted that the top DPS is going to be doing like 50 times my DPS. So as long as there's at least one person in there that's cranking, it's not that I shouldn't try, but it's not wildly important that I do try. So as long as I'm in there just like shooting stuff and pressing a button now and then, and it pretty much covers it. But not just those two, but mostly. Gotcha. Somebody wasn't trying to like craft that in a laboratory on purpose. Heat on a little bit. Frozen pipe's expensive mistake. I know that. That is kind of my biggest fear. I don't have heat is the thing. It's gonna come in soon. We're just trying to like have a fire just often enough to kind of stretch out the firewood. And so that it doesn't get that cold. Because yeah, I don't want my pipes to burst either. I do know. Is your place cold enough to have to keep your car running in the winter? Keep it running when? Oh, I don't think so. People will start their car early if they're going to drive to work and their car is frozen and they've dug it out. But like, you can't keep it running like 24/7. That's crazy. All the time. Yeah, no. That's not, I don't think, a thing. Yeah, not Siberia. So excited for Woodfire season. Trying to keep up with the group in dungeons is the real end boss. I am pretty good at consistently missing a boss in Emerald Nightmare because I either die to trash and they've killed it by the time I run back, or I just get lost because I like either don't mount up when I should, or like the groups just left me and I can't remember where they're going. Lucky that the loot gets mailed to you regardless of how close you were to the boss. Yeah, no functioning furnace. We're getting it repaired and updated. We're getting a heat pump put in. It's just going to be a few more days. Super new to Mythic Dungeons. How do I get a dungeon key in Remix? That's not a stupid question. I actually have no idea. I'm waiting for the answer too. I haven't started doing keys yet, but I'm not really sure how when I do get around to it. Court of Stars yet? Had a few tanks that try the second boss from the get-go, not killing mini bosses early. No. I've done one, and I don't think that happened yet. There's a panda girl on the island, keys next to the transmog guy, and you get the one at the end of a mythic dungeon. Gotcha. I haven't done any mythic dungeons yet. Heroics are basically as far as I've gone. How are we doing here? Eat? Yeah. Oh, tea's nice. But yeah, the coldest it got inside here one morning when we woke up was 13 Celsius, which is 55 Fahrenheit indoors. So not pipe bursting, you know, not freezing indoors. Just a little, you know, a little cold on the tootsies. Oh, God King really is a good title. Hi. This room, if I've been in here and I've been running the computer, and especially if I can have the dog in here with me, although he doesn't always want to hang out, this room will heat up decently because it's not a very big room. So if I keep the door half closed and I've got a lot of life in here, we can get it going. It's chilly. Our windows, I think, lose some of it. They're really old windows. I probably need to have at them with some weather stripping and maybe even those like heat shrink wrap kits. We'll see. And it's hard because we're not reliably heating it, so I can't really complain that it's too cold. My insulation sucks when it's when I'm not really putting a whole lot of heat in the first place. Yeah, Fahrenheit's always been a bit wonky to me, but that's just because I didn't grow up with it. Second endgame boss is the wait time to queue again because I get booted. Oh. It's easy to get lost, especially when people are running so fast. Oh. I think that's important for an achievement or something. Alright, I have all kinds of infinite research quests to turn in. New energy efficient windows saved us so much money in heating the house in the winter. I wonder how long it takes for you to break even though, because windows are like that is like a 5 figures. Like you're talking like 15, 20, 30 grand. Although I am planning on staying here for the rest of my life, so I'm never leaving. Oh, supplies from the Valor. Follower dungeons, as far as I can tell, not in Remix. Not in Remix. Ooh. Oh no, I have those on already. Anyone know if the Broken Shore Argus zones are available? Next week, I think. I think next week those open up. Unless I've got my weeks mixed up. We've only had Remix for 1 week, right? It's hard to remember sometimes. Don't want that one. Okay. We're gonna voucher, turn in some research, and then voucher. Hang on. I bet I can do 4 world quests. And then we'll maybe some demons, and then we'll really be ready to turn it in. Next phase is Thermo Raid. We're just now in week 2. And we don't get hang on. I'm just gonna I'm gonna stop wondering. I'm just gonna look it up. Legion Remix schedule. Unlocks phase schedule. They posted it, didn't they? They did. Okay, so on October the 21st, which is not now, but next Tuesday. That's when our next phase starts. Purge the Hellmouth. Oh yeah, I need to remember I'm in Heroic World Tier 2, so I need to be finding empowered moms. I need to be not dead. And maybe I'm not in World Tier actually. It looks like I got I think you get booted out of World Tier if you die. That's why I haven't been dying. I probably haven't been in World Tier. Phase 2, Rise of the Nightfallen, includes Return to Karazhan, Nighthold, and the rest of the Suramar campaign. Legion Fall is not until November 4th. Here, I can just put this thing in. Yeah. Argus? What are we looking for? Broken Shore? Broken Shore is November 4th with Legion Fall. Which is funny, because I feel like I have some Broken Shore quests. Like, there's something that wants me to go out there. But maybe not. Rise from the graveyard, it changes to normal. Yeah, well, use the ghost when you die, you get kicked out. I don't think I did that, but I definitely don't look like I'm in Heroic World Tier either, because it puts a thing on your screen. Yeah, well, later me problem. We can just do the world quest. I think I'm supposed to do it from the boat. Oh yeah, this always confused me. Maybe it's because I'm trying to ride my boat over land. There were world quests from Broken Shore up before. It's fixed now. If you go to your body. I don't remember what happened. Worked here for like 30 levels, died plenty. I must have died, because I didn't exit World Tour on purpose. You can ride boat? Yeah. It's not doing me a lot of good, though. Maybe I can just do this the old-fashioned way. Gotta start somewhere. Do these count? Purge the Hellmouth? Maybe this isn't the world quest of my dreams. Maybe we do something different. This one's fun. We also should probably do something in Asuna for Court of Ferondis. I have a emissary for there that I haven't done yet. Hi Hazel. Hello Superstrator. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hope everything's good with you. I composted my Halloween pumpkin because it was rotting something fierce. It was turned into mush. It made it about a week and a half. I think this is part of my problem is my yard is so lovely and sunny, which is going to be great for gardening, but there's no real shady place for me to put a pumpkin that's not going to get some sun at some point during the day. So I think it got cooked. Quest does bring back some vague memories of frustration. Yeah. Life is too short to try to figure out something like that if it's not strictly necessary. That's what I think. One thing that I like having it available in Remix is whenever I'm just sitting around waiting for RP on a quest or something, I'll summon my Unraveling Sands and I'll just start cleaning out my bags. It's nice to be able to catch up on your scrapping while you're doing that. Just say any difficulty. Some days, if I'm playing Remix and I'm super into it, I'll do the raids, the available raids, on LFR and normal and heroic. But a lot of the time I'll just do, like, world stuff and questing. You gotta be in the right mood to just kind of run the raids over and over. I think there will be catch-up in Remix. I think that it will be much faster to get going if you start in a later phase. The main thing that it is nice to get to grips with now, if you are playing early, it's not so much getting the item level and the progress, because I think that's going to be accelerated quite a bit. It's just getting used to the system and how it works and kind of finding your way around and getting comfy with the different components of it, because it is a little bit different from Remix last time. That world quest is done? Yeah. Go. That's the big thing that I'm excited about getting done early, but you can do that anytime you like. World stuff is fun. Gonna try heroics and mythics later on. It seems like there's a lot of different ways to skin this onion. You don't have to do a certain thing if you don't want to. You can get all your bronze stuff without it for the most part. I want to go to Asuna. It's funny. I can dragon ride now, which is so much faster than how we used to get across the Isles, especially now if you have Drake traits. I finally stuck them on my bar. You can travel quite quickly, but it still feels so slow to me. You know, it just feels like such a big continent to try to get across. How did you name your guild this time around? I'm guildless still. We didn't do it. No remix guild. Fun way to finally try all the classes if you haven't. I'm still waiting for my character's power to come to the point where my damage comes from my class and not just my demon guy. My Twisted Crusade is really doing a lot of heavy lifting for me. Which world quest do we want to do over here? This seems good. Good place to start. Get the mounts. Just join my retail guild. Yeah, that's smart. Lobster. Or Crawdad, rather. Lobster is Flabby's character. Crawdad, the Claw of Eternus, is kind of a lone wolf. God King Crawdad answers to nobody for the moment. She gets so much reputation. Okay. Also, my bags. This is when Legion Remix Helper comes in nice and handy, because you can just... I have it putting basically anything that is a single item level or more lower than what I have on. And it does mean that some stuff won't get auto-scrapped. My jewelry tends to get kind of stuck, or if you have like a duplicate item, it can get kind of stuck, but it's still better than nothing. God, King Crawdad Hermit Crab. Precisely. Love the auto-scrap. Oh, there's Pride Lord Meow. Yeah, I was too stubborn to use it right away, but it's nice. Pretty low effort. I found a spot that sells some used books when I was out for Thanksgiving, and I was kind of browsing around because I was out of book. I finished reading. I'd found in a book box a copy of Divergent, and I didn't really know anything about it, but I vaguely remembered that it was kind of in the, I don't know, Hunger Games-ish category, and that they'd made a movie, and I was like, well, if it got a movie, it must be okay, right? Not for me. Not my personal cup of tea. But I finished it anyways, because I didn't have any other books to read, and my only other option was a reference manual. But I found a used bookstore, and I just grabbed a couple of random books, and now I'm reading a fantasy book that I tried pretty hard to not just buy a fantasy novel that was in the middle of a series. Like, I meant to find, like, a one-off book. I just wanted, like, any old book, you know, because I figured the bar's in hell. And I was, like, looking on the title page and the cover for any indication that this is, like, you know, 4 of 18 or anything. And I didn't see anything. And I was like, sure, why not? This is nice and thick. It's got a picture of a sword or something on it. Oh, sure. And I'm reading it, and I'm pretty sure it is like 4 of 18 or whatever. But hopefully it stands fine on its own. They buried the lead with that one. Darn you, 1999 publishers. Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah, although we just call it Thanksgiving here. We don't make it especially Canadian. It's not like a here, have your you know, ritual maple-covered mousse. Not easy finding fantasy books that are, 1, not part of a series, and 2, if they are, that the series is unfinished. Yeah. You know, it's something. And I also picked up a field guide to local plants that was on a cheap shelf. So, you know, if I get bored with that, I can always learn about different things that identify trees. Did they have any Berenstain Bears? Not that I saw, but I didn't spend a lot of time in the kids section. Easy scrap, you can automate even more, but have to whitelist jewelry that you want to keep. Gotcha. Started Discworld? Printed language usage is interesting. Oh, I love Discworld. I love it. I would get the entire thing in hard copy one day. That would be a lovely collection to have. And then you could just grab any one of them off the shelf and you'd have a good time. Reliable add-on to track collections for Remix. Do you know how much you have left? I have been using Legion Remix Helper for that has this collection tab with a progress bar on it. That's what I've been using. I don't know if it's... I can't speak to the accuracy, because I haven't really gotten to a point where I would disagree with it in any way. It seems good. Did you... I did stop one book before I was done. I do have one more book left. I think it was a... What was her name? Tiffany? Book was the last one. Hall of Valor plus 30 is easy. This week's affix is infinitely better than last week's. Nice. A little bit more artifacts and... Happy. I'm going to have all kinds of infinite research to turn in. This is satisfying. I know, if I was collecting hard copies... Which I'm not yet, but like one day. I guess I could also like try and keep an eye out for them in used bookstores. I don't really need any of my books to be brand new. If anything, having them be like a tiny bit dog-eared, as long as they're not super annotated, if they're like a little bit worn in, it makes me feel better about wearing them further in. Like if it was a brand new shiny crisp book, I would feel bad about reading it. But I would do Lord of the Rings. I would do Dune, the first 6. I suppose I would do the A Song of Ice and Fire books again. I used to have hard copies. I should have held on to them. I would do those again. And then Discworld. I don't know if I would do Wheel of Time. Maybe. But am I gonna read it again? That was a big project. My niece adored I Shall Wear Midnight. I loved Granny. She was such a cool character. You have to break in paperbacks. If you don't do it properly, you'll never get a if you do it properly, you'll never get a terrible crease in the spine. No, I've never heard of this. That's a thing? I had no idea. My paperbacks and my hardcovers tend to get a little bit worn because when I'm reading especially, I'm not really paying attention to meat space. Not a super coordinated, delicate girl. Little bit ham-fingered. What are you gonna do? Get me to start Wheel of Time. Watch a 12-hour video of someone trying to explain a TLDR of it. That is conceptually hilarious. 12-hour TLDR. I mean, that is kind of how long it would take. I really enjoyed the earlier books. It got a little slow later on, but maybe that's just because I was kind of sick of it by then, but I'd been reading it for a whole year. I started to, not skim, but I started to really motor at a certain point. It's good, though. It's a classic for a reason. I like reading the kind of, I don't know if you'd call them seminal, but like the really popular fantasy classics and like modern hits because you get so many more references after you've read them. It's kind of like watching the popular movies that everybody else has been quoting for their whole life, and then you watch it and you're like, oh, that's why they say that. I thought people were just being weird. Lay it on the spine, grab a small group of pages to each side, lay them flat while slowly working towards the center. So like reading? If you do it one page at a time, is that not just reading the book? I guess it's not quite the same. That's funny. It drives me nuts when people store books, stack books horizontally, because I have this understanding that it's not good for the books on the bottom of the pile to have that kind of pressure on them. If they don't spend 30 pages on it, how are you going to know how luscious the meadows were? What if the luscious meadows are a metaphor for something? Welcome to You'll Never Be Out of Combat. I could probably just leave. They'll mail my stuff to me. It's fun to open the chest, you know? There we go. Yeah, it's a metaphor. I don't know how I missed that one. In the book at the bottom of the pile with all that pressure. Oh, you do the front and the back at the same time. Oh, I see. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, no, I'd never heard that before. If I do 2 more world quests, then I'll really have a lot. 2 more world quests and 1 more demon, and we'll have tons of research to turn in. That should finish my campaign. I'm kind of excited about that. Sure. Why not? Imagine doing that. Reading the first page and then the last page and then going back and forth. It sounds awful. I have enough time following when it's in order. Discovered it last year. Haven't bought a paperback since, though. How are you finding Remix? My first venture back into WoW in ages. Maxed a Warrior, Priest, and Druid already in a few days. Oh, nice. I've been really enjoying Remix. I've just been on the one character. I've been sticking to my Remix main so far. And I've been enjoying just trying to claw his gear up. Like chasing like these tiny little item level buffs, but they add up. That's how you gotta do it. Got Alinira? Oh, congratulations. Nice. Jealous. What if you read the last page backwards? This fantasy novel that I've been reading that's kind of like in the middle of a series that I haven't read the early books from. I think that there is some understanding that it has to at least a little bit compete as a novel on its own. So there's a bunch of exposition in the very beginning to kind of catch you up on the story so far. And it's funny because I guess these are fantasy epics, so all the story bits are like really like big and wide-reaching. So you'll have something like so-and-so was thinking about how he used to be just like a forest guide, but then he went to war, and then he overthrew the emperor, and then he discovered that that was his father, and then, and it's like, you know, you just, it's like, you'll have one conversation, and you'll be like, holy, there's a lot going on here. Wait, you lost your magic sword where? Oh boy, okay, alright, if you say so. This is not how I thought this was gonna go. Started farming because I saw you doing. Thank God it's over. What did you get most of your shards from? Did you do bee and wolf farming? Did you do rares? Did you do delves? I'm meant to be rallying the Night Watchers, not these guys. Are you feeling rallied? You are. Okay. Not rallying the enemy Naga. They don't need it. They're feeling great. Did Earthcrawl mines on ults for shards? Got 4 on bees, 5 on spiders farming the spider mount, and 1 from a delve. Oh, nice. Look at you multitasking. Do you get your spider mount too? Recap in the world and not like last time. That's nice. Yeah, it's a little clunky, but it is nice that they're getting me caught up a little bit, because otherwise I would be a little bit lost. Apparently some character was like secretly his grandfather, but didn't want to tell him he was his grandfather. But now we know, so it's kind of like, hey, bro / granddad. What's the name? Oh, I didn't say it. I don't know if I know it. I've been waiting to Google the... It occurred to me after I bought this book that maybe I should look up the author to make sure they haven't eaten anybody or, you know, etc. But I haven't done it yet. But no, it's a Terry Goodkind novel. Here, let's find out. Is he a cannibal? Terry Goodkind. I mean, his photo's remarkable. Is that a ponytail? Oh, he died. Epic fantasy series. Yeah, it's a Sword of Truth fantasy series. I'm jumping into the middle of the Sword of Truth, apparently. As far as I can tell, he didn't eat anybody, so that's good. Good job, Terry. Appreciate it. Would you level a Demon Hunter on Remix? Maybe? I don't have the Demon Hunter class order hall mount like the original one, so if I felt inspired to do that, then it would be a good idea. I don't know if I'm super stoked. How many people that you read are eating people? I'm just exaggerating to lighten the mood. But there are a lot of not a lot, but there's a concerning amount of fantasy and sci-fi authors that are later found to have committed some pretty heinous crimes, and then you get awkward about reading their books. So I try and vet the author at least a tiny bit before I get super into anything or start, like, you know, singing its praises on stream, just to make sure that we're not promoting cannibalism. 21 novels. They're thick too. Like, these are big fat thick books. Excited to catch your stream again. Welcome back. I am having the worst time finding these people because I don't have nameplates on for them, so I'm just kind of hoping that I spot their spooky ghost blueness. Here we go. Oh, there's a bunch of them over there. That's probably what you're supposed to do. That's right. I remember this now. I did play all of Legion. I've done World Quest once or twice. How many more of these? 2 more? Sure. Let's do this one. And then maybe that one. I love a good kill a boss world quest. Is that who I'm here for? I'm here for Emolian. That is who I'm here for. Wow, hi. How's it going? I don't want to get into that any further. Let's just leave it be. Gets dark and depressing kind of fast. Let's do this one. That'll be nice. And then we can make another piece of gear. 614 up to 22. It feels like I'm not improving at item level, but I am. It's just you know, you gotta be paying attention. It's like watching your plants grow. They do change, but if you don't have progress pictures, it's easy to forget. Sometimes these things will hit my bags, the things that your weapon is supposed to automatically absorb, and then I have to click them to make them work. I wonder if it's when you loot stuff too fast. Maybe somebody was a true delight when you looked into them. Ursula Le Guin has a stunning Wikipedia page, at least. I was hoping to find some of her books on the shelf, but I did not. I'll have to keep an eye out. Rare elites in her world tier her. Yeah. Oh, man. She's in here, right? It's like a spider? Yeah, there we go. We'll turn her world tier back on when we go turn in all these things. Just because I need to do the achievement for the infinite knowledge. I need the infinite knowledge. Library? Yeah, there's libraries that are not like a crazy unreasonable drive. I just am unable to get a library card for a while. There's it's like an address thing, and there's stuff that's being held up in the mail because I can't get mail because our postal union's on strike again. So until they figure their lives out, some things are just gonna have to wait. But I kind of like reading used books anyways. I know the selection's not as good, but it makes me feel less guilty when I you know, like bend pages and stuff if it's not a library book. I'm gonna have to be more careful when they're actually library books. Holy smokes, I'm probably not doing this correctly. Strike is rolling, not constant for what it's worth. Oh, well, it hasn't rolled out here. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Last I heard, they were not working. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, my pet. BCGU is on strike. Local post-secondary union on strike. Post is on strike. Everyone's on strike. Not me. Although I am a Hazel union of just one Hazel, so anytime I want to negotiate for different working conditions or anything, I can just take it up with myself. Okay, so we can turn in our emissary. I should have these memorized by now, and maybe I do, but drives me nutty trying to find the emissary turn-ins. It was like somewhere in the middle, wasn't it? Farinar? You were also the boss. 20-second heroic boss kills are pretty funny. Yeah, I have, aside from Ilganoth for obvious reasons, I haven't really seen any need to do any mechanics so far in normal or heroic raids. It's pretty fun. Big old pinatas. There's a little shrine on the map. Oh, yeah, this guy. That's right. For a while, I was Googling it, and somebody put together like a helpful forum post that had coordinates, and that was the only thing that was helping me find them again, because I've forgotten. They should mark on your map, they just don't for some reason. Don't want that one. Lots of nice bronze, though. Boots? Nice. My boots were 20 item levels behind, so that's huge. That's highly exciting. Happy about that. Okay, well, I'm going to go turn in a bucket full of infinite research quests. What if we form a union collectively bargain with you? Want our acorns to be worth something. Mythic is faster than normal because people are more overgeared, yeah. Shin cards. Oh yeah, I guess I have... No, I don't have them mugged. Yeah, they're not showing up even a little bit. I'm not even getting his shins covered. He's just gonna have to tough it out. Aegis jewelry is the worst, yeah. I get a lot of it. I have quite a few of these orbs of warding. I'm not saying it's a problem, but... More Hazel DBM voice packs. I think the days of Hazel DBM voice packs are basically over. I think that as soon as midnight comes out, which is not that far off, we are, it's gonna be time to say goodbye. I wouldn't hold your breath for any further updates. It doesn't seem worth it. If you were ever to put in a 1,000,000-point reward, what would you do? Something that has zero disruption to the flow of the stream. So, like, if I set up lights that you guys could change the color of, I don't think it would cost 1 million, but, you know, I can see us doing stuff like that. But I pretty much don't want to put in anything that's going to mess with, like, our regular flow, because if I lose my train of thought, which is going to happen anyways, you know, it happens enough as it is. No. No good. There we go. That's something. That's no good. More of these. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Do I need to do something? Speak with Eternus. There's my ensemble. Sargerai. Commanders, Felscorn Regalia. Thank you. To Felon back. Oh, they just added it right to my collection. Should we put it on just for fun? Halfway there. Makes me sad. I love the Hazel voice pack. Yeah, if Blizzard wanted me to do one, then we would talk. But I don't know that they're gonna. It doesn't sound like the kind of thing they would do. Sargerai. Because then what if I start eating people, you know? What if all of these years of being a pescatarian finally breaks me and I just need to satiate my desires on human flesh? It could happen. Sargerai. Sure. It's free. There is another vendor behind the tent. That is true. It could it? I mean, technically. I don't think it's likely to, but of course I'm gonna say that. I want to find out. I had a thought. It had something to do... Okay, so it's just for completing 2 more. And 2 more and then speak with Eternus to get your promotion. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't turn in extras before getting more bronze. Because right now I'm getting 1k bronze per infinite research. Also, we like the caches. Very good. 630, 630. Very good. That puts me up to 625. And now I talk to Eternus. And I say, hello, promotion please. And now I get, oh. Wow, okay, I go from getting 1k bronze to 1.2k bronze per research. I suppose that's fine. It's better than nothing. I think I'm okay with cannibal. Fish have microplastics, and humans have microplastics, so you're eating a tiny amount of human every time you eat a fish. I think your logic might be a tiny bit leaky, but I see where you're coming from. I mean, isn't that kind of like when we used to give each other a hard time in the schoolyard because we were drinking water that at one point the dinosaurs drank, so people be like, oh, you're drinking dinosaur pee. Like, you guys ever have that argument as a child? That's the closest equivalent I can really come up with. Yeah, okay. Sure. I don't know if I'll do this. I have that argument as an adult. I mean, there's not a whole lot of arguing going on. 200 research you get to keep? Yeah, I suppose so. My cloak power is up to 124% XP gain. Who was I shopping with? I think I was buying the rest of the cloaks in the cloak vendor. You ever wonder if you've drunk the same water twice? Can't say I have. Okay, so I bought all the cloaks in the cloak vendor that are available this patch. I think I got all this stuff too. Yeah, we've done all the lost and found stuff. So those guys are done. Raids. Dungeons. Failing that, I guess I'm back to working through. We did the exclusive ensembles up until the point where they've been released. Yeah, so I guess I'm doing role apparel. You know, for better or for worse. As expensive as they are for like a piece of extra mug. Some of them have more. Maybe I should go for things that I don't have any of yet. But I would have all the stuff that was available previously. I would have some of it. Found out yesterday you can re-roll the research tasks. Oh, really? How? A dialogue option on the dragon. Oh. I thought that I had... I didn't... Hang on. Exciting. Give me a new set of research assignments. Okay, so you can do it once per completing. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so you can get stuff that you know you're going to do. Okay. Sure. Why not? Things that I need one appearance off of. This one that needs a little bit more. But they'll be usable for more. I don't know if that's true, actually. Item IDs, I guess. Can't complain. Does that make a big difference here? Yeah, 57%. Not bad. Cape is awesome. How did he get it? Ooh, this is part of the Commander's Felscorn Regalia. This is for completing the Legion campaign. You're right, actually. This might be the first cloak that I've ever worn that's actually kind of sick. That's not like that is a cloak and isn't just like a funny back piece. Okay, I need to get up and take a short break. Kitty cat, do you think that we can save a spot for me so I can come back? I've got like a toasty kitty here. When I come back, I think we can maybe cruise through the rest of the Stormheim campaign. That might be kind of fun. All right, kitty, you have to share with Jerome so that there's room for me. I'll be right back. Okie dokie, we are back. Kitty, do you want to come back on my lap? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I rush you? Alright, we'll queue for a group finder dungeon, just like a random heroic. Again, for my infinite research. Although, I feel like I could probably chill on the infinite research, really. Like, it's not a bad idea, but I don't know that I need to do it for any additional... no, hang on. You get a Chrono Scholar title for doing 150 of them. So no, I do need to do more infinite research. Never mind, it's still a good idea. Crisis averted. Oh man, I need a lot more infinite power. Okay, I want to go to Stormheim. I want to do it in Heroic World Tier. We're gonna be brave. You get gear for each research. Yeah, it's not bad, but sometimes I just want to focus on something else, I guess. What do I want to do? I know I was going to go to Stormheim. Oh, I wanted to turn Heroic World Tier back on. That's right. Chrono Scholar, a sick title for mages. There we go. Now we've got it. Okay, plus we can do some raiders and some group finder and kill some general enemies. The enemies killed goes really fast if you're in like a raid or something. That one happens in a hurry. I still haven't started Stormheim yet. We've got Stormheim to do first. How is our Stormheim campaign anyway? Oh, hang on. I have the shield thing to turn, and we can do that here before we leave. Have you seen or commented on battle pet changes? I sort of saw the post. I didn't read super deeply into it. I am aware of the basics of the changes that they're doing. I'm not wildly upset about it. I feel like it's gonna, like, it's kind of all right with me, I guess. I'm curious to see what they do moving forward, but I feel like it's been stagnant for some time, and just doing more of the same isn't really, it's just keeping it on life support. Like, I'd rather them not make so many new pets that can battle if we're not even going to really use them, and instead maybe have a think about different ways to use the pets that we have, or like a smaller amount of pets that can battle, and then still have the rest of them available to collect. I think there's some room to innovate there. But we'll see. I'm kind of a wait and see sort of person. It takes a lot to really freak me out. I don't want to pick another strike point. I'm not finished with Stormheim. I have another campaign. Dreadwake's Dilemma. Oh, I do need to do that part. Okay. Where did this mug come from? This is the mug you get for finishing the Legion Remix campaign. There's like a Legion Remix section of your campaign quests. They just want you to do like research and stuff. Can't decide if I want to power up my main more now that I got the plus 30 done, or level an alt. World Tier surprisingly fun. Insane the difficulty gap between a DPS and a tank, and tanks can just sustain everything. You know, if they get rid of something, it won't return. We are asking them to improve them. The thing I read in the blue post was that they know that not very many people participate in endgame pet battles, and they want to... They said something about trying new things to try to get people into it. Which sounds nice. Hang on, did I take a screenshot of it? Yeah, pet battle changes in midnight. This is the one. So this is all we really have to go on right now. This and then some interviews, but this is like in text. So for players who do love to do pet battle content, it will be available. And as time passed, they've seen less people doing it. So this is an area that they want to iterate on. So to me, that means they want to try something at some point to get more people enjoying pet battle combat, because it's been dropping off over time. There will be some new pets that can battle. Everything that was in is going to continue to be in, and there will be new pets to collect. This kind of covers what I want. I'm not really somebody who's been waiting for like more pet battle dungeons, because I feel like they kind of did them. They're a bit played out. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it'll go the way of archaeology. You know, season come, season go. Dreadwake's Dilemma. We're heading over this way. Oh, rares. I need to do rares. Like, I like pet battles, but I'm excited to see them think about shaking it up. Yeah. Yeah, replaying a pet battle dungeon, which is kind of the gameplay they put in for collecting things from it, is basically just, like, doing 40 minutes worth of pet battles in the exact same sequence, exactly the same way you did it. Because if you could do it once, you can do it again. But it's just, like, an awful lot of busy work with really no... The only thing that they can make pass-fail is RNG, because you only have 3 options to choose from, so there's not a whole lot of, like, cleverness on there. Yeah, the old pet battle content is not going anywhere. That's gonna stick around. I don't think it has anything to do with the Nintendo patent. It could. I think that's just a lot of the rumor mill. 100 world quests and heroic world tier will also get you the purple version of your current set. Where do I see that achievement? Is it an exploration? I want to track it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ow, ow, ow. This is the problem, is I stop paying attention and then I get in trouble and everything hurts. Ow. Which one of these things is a health potion? Oh, man. Heroic tier, it's the last row. Okay. After this, we'll take a look at it. I wonder... No. It shouldn't do. I was going to say, I wonder if getting into a dungeon is the thing that's taken me out, but it shouldn't be. We so need health potions. They gave them to us in Remix, didn't they? Or last Remix, like Mop Remix. Good news on Foster Kitty. Cleared for a neuter. Have to give him special meds to not interfere with his heart issues. Well, that's wonderful. Oh, hope it goes smoothly. Baby. Has Chaos Pup gone to their home now? Is it weird not having them around? If so. Realized new Pokemon's dropped today. Don't think I have it in me to do another adventure. Yeah. I used to get every single one of them. I think I'm kind of where you're at. Believe so. Don't often get updates. That's fair. I had been meaning to for years send like a couple of photos and a little update about Moose to his shelter, and I never did it. I just never got around to it. Have a good day. Back to work. See you later. Have a good work day. Yeah. There we go. How's my weapon doing? 9 ranks of this now. Hi, JG Britt. How you doing? Really fell in love with our first foster. It would mean a lot to know she's okay. I wouldn't even be able to... Actually, maybe the shelter would do it. I don't have any contact for the people that fostered her. It would just be like the main shelter branch, and then I guess they could share it if they wanted to. It's been like 2.5 years now, but... They might like to know that he grew up and he's a real good boy. He's so handsome. He doesn't even look like the same dog anymore. Like, I feel like if I didn't include the reference of, like, which puppy he was, it would be hard to pick him out because of how much he changed visually. Like, his fur totally changed color. You ever thought of what you would do if you weren't a streamer? Sometimes. Sometimes I think about that. It kind of depends, because there's 2 versions of it. There's, like, the what would I have done if I had never become a streamer? And then there's what would I do if I had to stop being a streamer now? Some heavy questions. I don't know exactly. I don't know if my prospects would be great. I was working retail. I graduated high school, but not any post-secondary. I didn't get any kind of degree. I was working in sales and like really hating it. I don't know. I always just kind of assumed that I would grow up and get an office job, but I don't even know what that means. And I'm not... I mean, maybe I would become better if I had to do it for a living, but I'm not great on the phone. You think in a world where WoW disappears, you would change games? Probably. I'm assuming that if I'm not playing WoW, I'm playing something else that scratches the same itch, and that I could then make content or stream that. Have an office job, but it's still customer service. It sucks. Yeah, lots of office jobs don't require phones. I think the kind of job that I used to think that I would end up getting would be something that would be for sure outmoded by AI these days. Like, I don't know, data entry. I don't know. I don't know if I have any marketable skills. Work from home at 6 a.m. Kind of like it, kind of hate it. Think you would be a good teacher. I don't have an easy time. I mean, if we're teaching adults something, sure. I have an awful time trying to talk to children and teenagers. I don't know how to interact with them. They make me very uncomfortable because I don't know. I can't. I can't get on their level. I don't really know what's going on. Working in retail is a struggle. Yeah, maybe video editing. I think I would be in for a real rough awakening figuring out which of my self-taught skills are not that relevant and how many skills I'm meant to have in order to do it professionally that I would need to pick up in a hurry. I could probably edit like cheesy corporate training videos that don't need complicated editing. But then so can AI, so you know, like at a certain point you're just getting replaced. Entry-level jobs still available. Ones who've chosen AI have to have a budget allocated for eventual mistakes they make. Nobody wants to pay for that yet. A lot of editors self-taught. Yeah. I think being taught editing in school would be kind of not redundant, but like it changes a lot. New technology and features and tools come out all the time for video editing, even just within a given suite of software. So like if you know, maybe you took like a 4-month certification or something, but if it was in 1999, it's not going to do you a lot of good now. I think keeping your skills up to date would be important for modern editing, maybe. Although I don't know if the people asking you to do stuff I have no idea how it works. Sheltered. I like doing this. Corporate editing is file management as much as anything. Yeah. What's the haps in Victoria? Lived most of my life in Vancouver before moving back to Europe. Haven't been back in ages. I left a month or 2 ago. It was nice enough when I left. Haps were doing okay. Ish. You know, it was having city problems, which I think all the cities are having right now. But, you know. Season come, season go. It's funny, one of my relatives asked me if there's any, like, bars that I miss or restaurants or anything from the city, and I'm like, bars? You think I went to a bar? What am I gonna do at a bar? Hello? I would like 1 alcohol, please. Is there still a Darth Vader violinist? Maybe? Even when I lived there, did not get out much. I was up to date on things like, what's the level of Thetis Lake? I would do a lot of fishing there. Find out when people are diving off of, out in Cadborough Bay. Did a lot of shore fishing. Would do hiking and walks and stuff. Not really a lot of things that involve other people, though. 1 glass of vodka, please. Hazel Anna bar. Not super my scene. I can have my peppermint tea at home. Save a little bit of money. I mean, it saves a lot of money if you do it consistently. What was going on in Victoria? Yeah, I don't know. Got me some hot tea, got me a cough. Oh, that sucks. I hope you feel better soon. Hidden behind the achievement for 10 world quests, then 50 in the world tier. Okay. The only bar WoW players need are action bars. I mean, not to denigrate the good name of bars. I think there's a lot to be said for a good third place that you can go to socialize and, you know, spend time with other people as adults. It's just never been my scene. Nerd Zero, thank you for the 30-month race. Appreciate it. If I knew how, it would be fun to help small businesses with digital marketing, but I actually don't really know anything about that. I don't do a lot of ads for other businesses. I don't really know what works. The only advertising I ever did for myself was a bunch of stuff that didn't work, and then digging into search engine optimization, you know, circa 2014, which has probably changed a little bit since then. You know, that's not necessarily going to be super helpful. Plus, I don't want the answer to be depressing stuff like hire bots to write fake reviews. Like, that sucks. We don't like that. It would be fun to cure cancer, but I don't know how to do that. Significant cultural difference between BC and the Pacific Northwest? It's hard to tell because I am such a shut-in. I'm just not a great source of... I don't really have my finger on the pulse of the zeitgeist, you know? People were polite and friendly there. People are polite and friendly here. They're probably different behind closed doors, but I'm not really in those rooms, so I don't know. A low buzzing sound from something. No, that's the first you're mentioning it. Here, let me wiggle my cables. What? See if that helps. Do I have the pet out? Hello? As a student, bars are my main expenses. If I was confident that I was smart enough to be good at it, it would be kind of nice to like go and do house calls to help people that need it set up things like their networks and their printers and, you know, get them online and sorted so they can Zoom their grandkids and stuff. But you know, I there's every chance I would get into their house and I'd be like, huh, that's weird. I don't know why that's not working. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to mess with it later then. As far as I know, I don't have any extra sound going from anywhere else. Technology, right? I used to pride myself on being good with it, and I no longer do. I'm getting worse with every day. I can figure out how to turn my stuff on most of the time, and that's about all we got. I feel like the Halls of Valor dungeon takes longer than the Trial of Valor raid. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it has more bosses. World quest. Yeah, so that's what I need for infinite knowledge. Oh, they must have brought it down to 50. I thought it was at 100. Empowered enemies defeated. Complete withered army training. Gross. No, thank you. How are the backyard bears? They're good. I haven't seen any more around my yard, but I did see another one while out on a walk. It was a big old bear butt. Maybe 6 feet from me? It was walking away from me. It kind of looked behind me to be like, you're not following me, are you? Okay. See you later. Places to be. Did that raid for the first time today and I was so confused. Excited for more short raids in midnight again. Yeah. Don't get me started in withered army training. I think I can manage to not do it. I know that it's in Remix. I think I can get away with not touching it. I don't think that it's going to bribe me with anything. Any upgrade? 630 shoulders. Item level's starting to chug along now. Yeah, I saw the achievement, but like it's just for a bronze cache. They're not going to give me transmog, or it doesn't seem required for anything else. It's not for infinite knowledge. I think I can get my bronze somewhere else. Did it perfectly hundreds of times when it was current. Never got my Lothian Prowler. I had a conspiracy theory that, because I was in that same boat, that it was easier to try to farm the Lothian Prowler. And of course right now it doesn't matter. You can just get it in Remix. But at the time, my theory was that getting a new alt set up with Withered Army training and then looting all the one-time caches in there gave you a stronger chance because it was more tries, like very front-loaded early in a character. So I eventually got an alt set up and I managed to get the thing while doing her one-time caches in Withered Army training. Mind you, it's a sample size of 1, so just it's not a wildly scientific thing. And now you could just get it with bronze, I'm pretty sure. I think they put it on the Mount Vendor. I think they did that. But yeah, that one drove me nuts because everybody else was like, oh, isn't that free? And I'm like, no, it won't drop for me. What do you mean? Hammett's shop, nice. Finally got mine through the mission table. Only had 2 characters back then. Yeah, it's super annoying. There's so many characters I want to level, but I'm having to wait for my BF to get motivated to finish leveling our first ones. Practicing patience. I mean, couldn't you just leave that... I mean, devil in your ear. Don't mind me, but couldn't you just leave that character that you're leveling with him, and you only level that one with him? I guess if you're playing your own character separately, you're still going to be getting, like, account-wide buffs, which would then kind of get you out of sorts. You would be going faster. Is this a... This is a campaign quest. Normal fire looking one for doing a plus 30? Hmm. Yeah, I heard there's a few different colorways of it. I don't know if I'm going to worry about keys. Maybe in the last patch after I'm like fully geared. I'm sure at some point, not today or anything, but like at some point in my life I'm going to end up at item level cap. And maybe then. If your gear is capped at 740, I wouldn't use your motes anymore because they're not going to do anything for you, right? Somebody shooting me? Or just this guy? $14 to $17 range of keys is easy. I'd probably have to run my own key. Release and we fly back. I don't think the cap goes up. I think you're geared. Somebody was telling me, and I haven't independently verified, but somebody was telling me that originally they had staggered out the cap so it would go up with each phase, but that it got a bunch of negative feedback on PTR, so they changed it so you can get fully geared now. So I think you did it. I think you're done. 740 already. You must have had a lot of fun this week. Yeah, that's true. You can keep powering up the artifact trait, but your motes won't do you any further good. And you should be pretty powerful by the time you're at 740. And it's not like you're going to get... You might get maybe... Like, if you don't have your perfect traits and all of your jewelry yet, you could keep using it to try for those. But your regular armor pieces, they're always going to have the same stats on them per slot. That's fixed. So you're not going to be able to get a better piece in any of those slots. They want me to do something here. They want me to plant some explosives. Maybe we're going under the ship. That might be the case. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There's one. I wonder if there's a point in item level where Heroic World Tier starts to feel super easy to you as well. Or if they've made it scale with you somehow. They love their content scaling. And I'm sure it does a lot behind the scenes to make me feel better, but when I'm thinking about it, it makes me feel worse because I just want to be able to outgear it. It's kind of why I'm getting gear. How are people 740? Doing a lot of content. You can just keep going. Your motes will continue giving you better and better things as your item level goes up. Same with loot from dungeons and raids and... Not dungeons, but raids and keys. Oh. Macaroni. My pet is taunting. They're just not doing a great job of it. Can I recuperate? No. Maybe because I'm swimming. I'm not 740. I'm 627 average and 618 equipped because my jewelry stays fairly behind. Alright, get to a safe distance. Gearing feels fast. It feels consistent, which I appreciate. You're not going to have a huge dry spell because of the way it always gives you something that is of a useful item level. The most annoying thing that can happen is it just keeps giving you the same slot over and over again, or it keeps giving you the same item in the same item level that you're already wearing. That's really the worst thing. Oh, I just got a set, apparently. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Hi, Hazel. How are you? Hi, Cersei. I'm doing good. How are you? This is Heroic World Tier. I finally turned it on. I'm kind of on the fence about the concept, but I want to get a couple of achievements for doing world quests and for doing killing empowered enemies, so I'm sticking with it for the moment. Hunter is so different. No pet talent trees? No pet talent trees. No, not at all. It's going to be even more different after the midnight class changes hit. Those are changing everything even again, so I wouldn't stress yourself too much about trying to learn the current version of Hunter. Give it another couple months. Starts to feel easy eventually. Oh, good. I can kill things pretty reliably with my Fell Spike. It's just a question of not having it up every pull. The empowered mobs that summon other mobs are rough. Still enjoying Alpha. I don't think I've logged into Alpha since Remix came out. I'm distractible that way. I guess it speaks well to Remix that I'm not finished it yet, you know. I know some people have kind of no-lifed it really hard and are pretty much done, but I've found lots to do. Weird seeing you play someone tall. Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't even need the heritage armor. I don't remember why I wanted a Zandalari troll hunter. I just haven't had a male troll in a while. Oh, there's something I need to do in here. I wonder if doing campaign in Heroic World Tier is going to be not. Like, maybe I should just smoke through the campaign outside of Heroic World Tier and then turn it back on for, like, world questing later for the sake of the achievements. Because I'd love to get the infinite knowledge done from finishing these. I might do that, actually. I think this is slowing me down too much for now. At least they let you just pop right back out of it. I'm hanging out with my big, beautiful husky boys while they beg me to share my lunch. Ah. Cute. Give them smooches from me. Definitely do that, yeah. The campaign normal tier was annoying without item level. I kind of figured that once I passed 600 it would start to get easy, but nope, not quite. Not so much. If I ever want to get the Surmar campaign done, which is next on my list after I finish the Stormheim campaign and Sojourner achievement, I'm going to need to really pick up the pace, so we're just going to do this. Is this for quest? No? Yes, it is actually. Almost done Stormheim, then it's Suramar. I've heard from so many people that Suramar is so long, and I've also heard that at least on some servers it is still laggy, which I find to be a little concerning. Here we go. But we'll see. It's next on our list. After this, we've done kind of the other zones. Pretty easy at 600 when you're a tank, yeah. Way faster than it was originally. Stormheim fairly long too. The Stormheim campaign has been a little long. The Sojourner quest doesn't seem super concerning because it looks like there's only 4 chapters. I guess they could be long ones. Hi, kitty cat. You want to come back up? There you go. Watch your head. There you go. High Mountain Sojourner took me forever because there was a lot of side quest lines. Some of them were very long. And a lot of them started like inside of caves, so I spent kind of an embarrassing amount of time lost looking for where to even get to the quest giver, because I'd fly over the top of the mountain and be like, it's not here, it must be phased. It's not phased, it's in a cave. Annoying. Don't get me started with the old lady escort quest. Yeah. Get her to where she's going. Snail race could not do it before? I don't think they made me do the snail race. I don't think that one was necessary, thankfully. Each chapter in Suramar is basically as long as each of the other campaigns. Trust me, I've done them all. Oh, man. I guess our only saving grace here is that we have procrastinated Suramar long enough to have some amount of item level and also like my whole artifact tree done, so maybe we'll be doing enough damage to kind of, I don't know, pull big. This is just for the bonus objective. We do need to do... We're still examining the engraved shields, that's right. Sometimes quest items will glow, but not to the extent that I'm used to in Remix. Puts me off a little bit. Plus, I feel pretty invincible when I'm not in Heroic World tier. Similar thing to fast leveling alts, because like the thread turn-ins. I know that they disabled you're not able to get XP in your mailbox anymore, so that method of leveling is not in this version of Remix. I think that it should be quite quick, especially if you've got a lot of experience boosts on your infinite power buff. I'm at 124%. There's another 20% that I can add from finishing the campaign for Suramar and Stormheim. Plus, you get 1% for infinite research. So I think you'd be able to get that boosted quite high. And then level alts quickly. But I don't think there's any like super hacks. I know before we were able to do it in like, what was it, an hour? Or they're changing up pet battling in midnight. They aren't exactly, it's not so much that they're changing it as in they're not adding a lot of, they're not adding combat abilities to a lot of the new pets that they're adding. So they're scaling it back a little bit. I have here, I should just have the blue post on a handle. Blizzard made a blue. Yeah, I should just keep the link handy too. It was on the EU forums. Someone on Reddit found out that there's a cap for XP and alts at 400%. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty fast. Although it makes my 100... I thought my 120% was pretty sick. I thought that was kind of juiced. Now I feel like I shouldn't even try to level alts unless I can get 400. Did 100 world quests in heroic tier. Nice. Congratulations. Bonus almost 200. Yeah, lots of infinite research. Come on. I meant to. Oh, I'm getting put in combat by the Orby things. Okay. I was thinking, why won't it let me combine my gear? Oh, that's so weird. 80 gives an 10% per alt. Just like the general leveling buff that we have in... I guess I wouldn't see it here. Oh yeah, I guess if you're doing infinite research and alts, that would also juice it pretty well too. I still don't have any alts. I haven't made any second characters in Remix yet. One of those 10% shards from a quest once you hit 80. Ah. Cool. First time gives 2 of them, and on alt it still gives 1. Gotcha. That's nice. I think that this is pretty much my Stormheim campaign done. Good for 10%. 633. Alright, Sylvanas, I'm coming. I'll have to do the Sojourner as well to get the infinite knowledge, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I moved. Here we go. Campaign Stormheim. That's the stuff. That gives us another 10% XP gains. Clean out our bags a little bit. What we really want is the infinite knowledge. I've been catching mine up, but it's got a ways to go still. I'm at 15, I think? Yeah, I'm at 15, so if I can do this the Stormheim campaign, the Sojourner, that'll give me 16. Wowhead said there was 24 available, which I believe. It just... Well, big project. This is up to 9 still, okay. Generally speaking, I've found that the side quests that you need for the Sojourner campaign are basically just the ones that they mark on your map. So I haven't had to fish around too much to find them. Fate of Tidescorn Armor, maybe? Do I have my pets out? Hello? There we go. Also, we need to do more rares anyways for our research. I wonder if they hotfixed some of them to be a little bit less aggressive. Because I remember in the first week of Remix, I had a rare research that wanted me to kill, I think, like 10 of them? Maybe 15? And I was just camping one, killing it over and over and over again. And now they only want me to do 6. So I wonder if they chilled out on that. Scaled it back a smidge. Kind of seems like it. See how quick we can get through this now that we're not in Heroic World tier anymore. Well, it ends up there. Yeah. It's just cozy how you can kind of log on and do anything, you know? If you like raids, you can slam those. I've been really enjoying working through the campaigns. It feels nice to feel like I kind of finished a zone. Even if I didn't do everything in it, if I did enough to get the achievements for it. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, the rares do respawn really fast. And they do count again for the sake of your achievement, so... Or not achievement, your quest. Loathing to start server bar. Yeah. I think I'm going to be doing that today, because it's 11 o'clock now. I betcha... I guess I'm being a bit cocky. I betcha I can slam through this. Patches of fine goat hair. Oh, here we go. Spike feather. I'm pretty happy with my choice of class. I don't think anything else would have been as much fun as this for me. Nice being able to just kind of pop BM cooldowns and be done with it. They want me to fight this? Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. If you have multiple artifacts in a character, does each artifact have to be leveled independently? Is it better to have an alt for each spec, or can one character do multiple specs? I haven't tried, actually. That's a good question. I haven't gotten a second artifact. It's all been going into my one. I'd hope that that the item level would hold between them. The power tree is going to be the same. But, like, the actual item level, like the Artifactium Sands, they level together? Oh, good. Okay. That's good. So you can switch specs whenever you want, then. So even if you got it super late, like you got your item level up and you did a bunch of progress with just one artifact, then you went and got another one, it would come together. It would come in at the same. What do they want me to do? They want me to throw a rock, but at who? Oh, at a Squall Hunter whelpling. Oh, that seems so mean. I spent large amounts of my life trying not to throw rocks at babies. Goodness. Can't I just shoot them? There we go. 30 out of 100 heroic world quests. I mean, you're pretty deep in. I wonder if you ever just kind of stick to the super easy ones and don't worry so much about anything that's going to be like a lot of steps or super fussy. It's been so nice having world quests that just want you to kill one boss. I missed that. It's really nice having them be relevant again. I think I've got myself a little bit off track here. I don't think we're really... In theory, this is the same place we're going to find the... Oh, it's on the ground. I gotcha. Goat hair. No, this is a rock. This isn't goat hair at all. Another rare down here. Must be a cave that you can get into, maybe on this side. Or maybe not. Who knows? We've definitely got some. Anyone know if the vicious whale shark will drop anything in Remix? It's a good question. I do not know. Oh, Blasphemous, thank you very much for the 76-month resub. Appreciate it. Welcome back. That's a long time. I'm starting to realize I don't know how I got my first 3 patches of goat hair. From Silvertail Mountain Goats. I'm not seeing a lot of mountain goats. I'm seeing a lot of dragons. Oh, there's one. I feel bad killing them. They worked so hard to get all the way up here. Not sure. Tried fighting it around level 30 and it ate me. What did we use to kill it for in Legion? I feel like it was mainly put in just to have kind of a Fell Reaver style danger. But there was some achievement or there was something to do. A feat of strength for killing it or something eventually. Wonder if I should do my raids soon. I'd like to at least get the knowledge from finishing this zone first. I'm not gonna worry about that one. I can't find it. This must be Lock, Stock, and Smoking Goblins. Idle Habitat, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Do you guys have a priority order that you're taking when it comes to shopping with your bronze? Or are you just kind of clearing everything out systematically? After I did my mounts and pets, and then like the ensembles behind the tent, and the ensembles on the exclusive vendor. After that, I'm kind of just buying anything. Bought it. The Wonder Ball, top priority. Nice. Smash it per vendor, yeah. That's smart. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, there we go. Hidden treasures. Figured we needed that one for something. Buying the big rare things that I never got to drop. Yeah. There's a few toys I still don't have on the toy vendor, but they're expensive. But I probably should save up and buy them. Trying to complete the campaign for the transmog. Can't seem to get any progress in Suramar. Am I missing something? If you're... well, I can't really advise you. I haven't done it personally. I know that there's certain points where you need ancient mana. And I know it's just really long. Wish the Withered Army trading toys were on the vendors. It's weird that they would put the Fox mount on there, but not the toys. Paragon mounts don't have any changes. Easier to get rep. I... believe so, but it's so easy to get rep. You get so much rep for doing world quests. You get Paragon caches all the time. I think you would catch up on the mounts pretty quick. But they didn't stick them on a vendor or anything, as far as I know. Meaty rack of musket ribs here. I did have a decent amount of Legion stuff before the event. I think I had all of the mounts that got added to the vendor. The transmog I'm kind of buying again anyways. There's a lot of sets where I have like 82 out of 83 pieces. And I'm just buying the entire set for 15k anyways. Oh, somebody's really torn through here. Holy moly. Maybe it's the Ettins. Haven't spent any bronze yet. Saving it while I raise my item level. Nice. I like the mounts that they gave us. I've been riding the Eagle around. Armor bound instead of class bound. Yeah, I figure... I was telling myself that, but then I realized I was buying world ensembles, which were probably not class bound to begin with. For raids, sure. The raid ensembles, absolutely. Maybe I should stick with those ones. I think we'll get it all eventually. I'm wondering if I'm going to reach a point where I've done everything else, but I'm still missing a ton of bronze. We'll see. We've made some good progress, even though I'm not even close to finish with my item level yet, so maybe we'll just get the bronze along the way, incidentally. I imagine leveling an alt also gives quite a bit of bronze, especially if they're able to recomplete any of the achievements. Yeah, I think they'll also probably boost it towards the end. They may even already have plans, because they said something about how it's easier to catch up coming in later, so... play enough to the point where I'll have nothing left to buy with bronze like I did in Mob. Yeah. I'm just hoping that I can have that happen before player housing early access on retail. I know there's some things that I could be doing already to make sure that I'm going to have as much furniture to work with as possible when housing does come out. But I'm going to be more into it when it's actually like trackable in-game. Wonder what expansion gets remixed next. Yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see. I wouldn't expect to see it anytime soon. It seems like kind of a late expansion thing, so I would expect the next one to be at the end of midnight, probably. I don't know what they'll do. It's so sad the PTR housing test was postponed. Yeah, I'd be happy with BFA or Shadowlands, but who are we kidding? I'm going to play it no matter what. The dev from Collector's Bounty already made an add-on, shows you furniture, how to get it. I think it's called Homebound. Here, let me see. Sounds like the kind of thing I'm going to want. Homebound. 1125. Alright. I can be in the first 5k downloads and feel special. BFA sneaky favorite based on the unreleased cosmetics from that one. BFA also seems like it would have a lot of content that would take well to remix. I could see people like smoking island expeditions with like remix geared characters, especially if they let you solo them. I mean, it's too early to do Horrific Visions again. We just did Horrific Visions again. again. But Najatar and Mechagon would be cool. Yeah, letting people get Warfront cosmetics would be super popular. Doing Warfronts in groups again. Yeah, I think it should be BFA. I think that's the best bang for your buck without touching Shadowlands, which would be also good, but maybe controversial. Kind of see WoD too. WoD would be cool, but it didn't have as much content. WoD was kind of in an interesting era where it was before World Quests and before Mythic Plus. So there wasn't really anything, like, they didn't really figure out, aside from, like, raiding, they didn't really figure out anything for you to do at endgame. The leveling content was great, but then you would get leveled and it would be like, well, now what? They have much more to do these days. So was Mob. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Mob didn't have world quests or keys or anything either. I've got more research to turn in. Imagine if they dropped the unfinished Shatrath, right? RTS Planner, thank you for the 63-month resub. Thank you very, very much. The thing that they cut from WoD, or decided not to do, that I was most salty about was Karabor as a capital city. The lack of a capital city at all really kind of bummed me out. Your garrison was all fine and good, but it was just depressing to be there all the time. I've heard there is a little bit of mic sound from the stream coming through. I am a little afraid to mess with it live on stream because there's a chance that I could fix it, but there's also a chance I could make it worse. So assuming that it's pretty minimal for now, I'm probably gonna tough out this stream with it and then mess with it once I'm not live. But yeah, you're not crazy and it's not your computer. I should probably Drake treats are nice. I kind of need those in live. Kind of like the white noise. Like Storm Shield or War Spear? No. They were really far from stuff. They were out of the way. They weren't very pretty or atmospheric. I found it kind of annoying to figure out where I was going as well. Like, a little bit tough to navigate. What a ripoff. Oh, okay, so that had nothing to do with the Sojourner achievement. I just did a whole quest line that was not even remotely related. Stream is so relaxing. Maybe the white noise is doing work. What if instead of playing music, I just put a rain soundtrack underneath it? Oh, a little bit of thunder, you know? Did you know it's a sad week for Druid mains? Is it? I didn't. There's more to that quest line. Yeah. Mage Tower appearance is gone. I did hear that. Sure. Wow, they really let you do a lot of research in a day if you want. I don't think I've ever, like, run out, especially because I didn't before know that I could re-roll the options. Oh, Lure of the Unknown Depths. That's good, right? Yeah, that's our Terror from Below trinket. Mine was at 571. That's nice. On the bright side, friend found an add-on. Tells you what achievements you have. Housebound. Yeah, I just installed it. Somebody was mentioned it earlier in the stream. I'm going to check it out at some point. Oh, hey, I got my Dreamweaver's achievement done. On to the final step. Do you prefer to find out for yourself? Oh, of the quest line? I'm probably not going to touch any more of it. It doesn't seem incentivized. You can tell me if you like. You know what I want to do is I want to do, I think, Emerald Nightmare. Part of an achievement. Like an important one? Oh, it's how you get the Gullible title? I don't have the title. I'm probably not going to do it. I'm just curious as to what you get for it. Also part of Sojourner? Okay. I'm going to go do Emerald Nightmare, I think. Let's head out there. Do you guys fly to the raid or do you guys get summoned? I usually fly to the raid, but we end up summoning a bunch of people anyway, so maybe I shouldn't worry about it so much. Oh, you do have to do it for Sojourner? Oh, that's annoying. I get summoned because I'm pretty. Alright, Emerald Nightmare. If I had time for just one, then I suppose I should do Heroic instead of Normal. But if we have time for more... Oh, that one's full. Fast run, Normal after? Yeah. Maybe. Fresh Heroic. Common courtesy to go there, even if you end up summoned. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it is nice if you're out there to help summon. Someone's got to do it. I keep thinking something's tickling my wrist. It's my cat's ear. How's your Legion Bronze progress? With the update on Remix, Helper went from 33 to 60. That must be what happened. I went to 57 and I was at like 30 before I jumped up too. I wonder what they did, how they counted it. This is the fast run with normal after. I also found that the Trial of Valor quest that wants you to get all of the soul fragments from within the Trial of Valor raid, I picked that up. And I can turn it in at some point because I'm done now. It was giving me fragments everywhere, like outside of the raid and other raids. You know, that was kind of neat. I don't know if that was intended or what. Probably the raid sets. Oh. Not see the Fathom Dweller purchasable. Bought all the other early bronze mounts. Haven't bought that one. Fathom Dweller. Drops from Cosmoth. I wonder if it would be available in a later phase, because isn't Cosmoth not available yet? That one might be available later. Or maybe it's a different answer. Need to be the orb prerequisite. You had to buy each difficulty set separately before. So is there like a trick where you want to not buy the low level difficulty? Like you want to just buy the top sets? Because I know it's going to track like that eventually. Anyway, I'll just stay clear of the raid sets for now. Flabu's telling me he's stopped using his scrolls in Emerald Nightmare because you lose the buff constantly because they always want you to just jump off the edge to shortcut back. It always feels weird. It's like a bunch of lemmings, everyone just careening off the side to save 30 seconds. I mean, there's no reason why not. It's not like we have repair bills or anything, but... Oh, hey, that is an upgrade. I've made it today up to 629 equipped. What did I start out at? I have it here somewhere. I put it in my stream title. 617 actually. That's not bad. That's 12 item levels up today. Oh, his transmog's a mess now. He looked so nice in his new cloak before I replaced it. Those transmog changes can't come soon enough. I was a bit worried when I joined a group that only had one person that it wouldn't fill, but it did. A lot of druids, huh? I see lots of death knights, lots of druids. One other hunter. No priests. One mage. 80% of my guild rolled Demon Hunter. Just for like the vibe of it? I don't love my priest to get the appearances, but gosh, leveling priest in remix is a slog. I think that doing priest and mop remix kind of talked me out of trying it in Legion remix. I think I learned better. Often the only rogue in a raid, most people did hybrid classes. I wouldn't blame somebody for doing a class that can also tank. Rogues are rare. What if we just can't see the rogues because they're stealthed? Huh? Yeah, there's like a warlock here. Hi Ben, how you doing? Okay, Dad. It's a compliment of the highest order. I've been really leaning into my dad core fashion out here because it's warm and durable. I keep wearing holes in my comfy pants because I'll wear them out in the yard, and then I'll sit my butt down in a bunch of gravel or something while I'm gardening. And then, shockingly, that's a really good way to grind holes in soft pants. So I gotta go like thrift some really rugged denim or something and wear it as armor. Roll to lock myself. We exist. I haven't seen a lot of hunters out. I wonder if you're really onto something with the hybrid class thing. Thoughts on heroic open world? It's fine. I tried it for a bit and I've dipped back out of it now. It slows me down too much. I think it would be cool if you were interested in paying attention and, you know, being aware of your surroundings. But if you're not interested in any of those things and you just kind of want to auto run and slap stuff, then it's not for you. I will do enough of it to get the achievements for it at some point, but for now I'm happy to just kind of work through questing achievements outside of World Tier. Went DH to tank. Smart, yeah. Maybe I'll remember that for the next remix. I'll do like a paladin so I can do prop paladin. One remix character for all of remix? I don't know. I haven't really picked yet. I think it's going to depend. I'm going to do as much as I can on this hunter as long as it's fun. And then if I feel like I want at that point to do an alt, I will. But I don't think I'm going to mess with it until this guy is fully item level capped. Because I'm just having so much fun pushing his item level. And like collecting achievements. Ow, ow, ow. I came too soon. I came too soon. I'm in danger. I usually get myself killed here. There are achievements for leveling alts. I don't know that I need them though. The mounts you get you can buy on a vendor. I'm gonna use regenerating. Hit the barrier at 700 on Demon Hunter. We'll just do dailies on him now. But I don't really feel a need to level alts to have them. I have enough characters generally that even if it's super fast to level, I don't think I'm going to do that just for the sake of having more characters. I've learned that lesson in Mop Remix. Tempted by alts for the Halls of Valor sets. Yeah, and maybe when I've done everything else, that'll start to look better to me, and then I'll want to set up an alt. And by then, I'll have tons of experience to level with, plus a lot of infinite knowledge for getting my characters set up with. So I feel like procrastinating is not a bad move. I think sometimes raid can get kind of dicey because everybody just runs straight to the boss, which kind of sort of works, but it means you're stuck in combat if anybody like wants a res or anything. Have you played Survival Hunter? I have not, no. Every time I play Hunter, I play Beast Mastery. I like BM Hunter. There's a bear doing the same world quest as me, and he has 142 million health. Holy. Let's see if I'm doing any good damage. Well, I'm not beating at Beef Blaster. Am I on the list? Nope. Not very high on the list, which is good. It means that the group's doing tons of damage. Asked him how he got that level of infinite power, and he said, "It's not even that high." My soul is crushed. Aww. Biduveld, thank you for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mine is at 9. It's coming along. Infinite power helps a lot. Kissosaurus, thank you for the brand new sub. Adorable name. Mine is at 51. I really want to get my power up to the cap if possible, or at least as close to it as I can get. 45. Got a fun dungeon story about an overpowered druid. Let's hear it. Yeah, I wonder what the, like, who has the most of that, like, what the highest number that somebody has of that is. Speed is movement speed, whereas haste is, like, your ability, your attack speed and your ability cooldowns and stuff. Your GCD to some extent. But yeah, speed is just how fast your character moves. Bit above 10 mil infinite power. Oh hey, I got a helmet. Oh, I didn't need it. Sad. Oh, the grinders got cut down to 10 mil. They did that again? That's funny. I wonder if that'll happen every remix. Like somebody finds a farm, people use it for a little bit, and then they bring them back down to earth. It's like a remix tradition at this point. My total is 600k, so I'm not even at 1 mil infinite power yet. That's okay. We're doing fine. A lot of DH druids, yeah. Doing a normal dungeon for a quest. A 740 guardian druid with 140 mil health with destroying the charts. For every boss fight, the healer would slash point at the boss. Tank, eliminate this. That's fun. I'm excited to get to that point. It's gonna take me a little bit. Ow! Oh. Oh well. You know what? I'm just saving a little time. Oh boy, I got res. It never happens. Oh. Man alive. Get some more artifact power this way. Infinite power, very much finite, because Blizz hates FUD. Yeah, famously. I'm having a lot of fun at Remix. I'm pretty sure this will do, you don't have to do the LFR quest in LFR. I did have a second point. It wasn't spending automatically because I was in combat. Legion Remix Helper is popping those in for me at the earliest opportunity, so if it's not locking in, it's probably because I'm stuck in combat. Remix getting kind of boring. It's just AFK the raids. I'm sorry, you're not having fun. Okay. I would say if you're getting a bit bored in raids, then maybe you could do something different. I haven't been doing raids every day. I guess it just kind of depends on what your tolerance is for playing the game wrong. My pet's dead. Ah! I want the next area to unlock. I think I'll feel ready for it after I'm done Suramar, which is kind of a big ask. Like, when I finish Stormheim and Suramar, then I think I'm going to feel ready for it. Even if I haven't finished buying everything on the vendors, I'll at least have kind of the early zone achievements done. Hurricane and I just died in 3 GCDs once the room was open. Yeah, people, I mean, there's no reason not to hold cooldowns, so you get everybody popping all their stuff. It's fun. Having an overpowered healer is fun. Community Mount Mog Farm, that's why it's fun. I like that the power progression of gearing up a character kind of keeps me occupied enough to keep my mind off of how big the bronze grind is to get all the cosmetics. Like, you get bronze pretty fast, but the main reason why I'm kind of not even worried about it yet is because I'm so invested in every, like, 3 atom level increase piece of gear I get. Like, each one of those feels so good, so I'm just doing stuff to chase the next one and to kind of fill up my achievements. So that I think that would be a lot more boring if you were just popped in at top power and you were nothing to do but just grind bronze, because, you know, 5 mil bronze is a lot better when you're not thinking about it. Just did a Withered Army training thing yesterday for the first time in ages, and that opened up some traumatic memories. I'm gonna try and skip Withered Army training, I think. I've had enough of it. I felt done after the first time. Branch Boss Inc. I have to do it once for the quest. Oh, for the Suramar campaign? Ugh, probably. Blah. The Withered seem dumber than they did before. They die so easily. For the achievement. Maybe. If it's just for bronze, I think I can skip it. Whoa. Don't mind me and my disengaging. I haven't bought any of the extra Felscorn mounts just in case I do decide to level alts later. I think at 400% it would take maybe 3 hours? Somewhere between 2 and 3 hours? Didn't need to do Withered for Lore Runner? Nice. Over 3 months. I mean, the moment that housing launches in retail is the moment this dies to me. So we gotta get our stuff in before then. We still have lots of time, but I'm probably not going to be playing until the final day of Remix. Yeah, there is another achievement, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Remix will have housing items. Well, I got to get them early then. Housing is going to wreck the servers. Yeah. Housing's gonna come pre-patch, right? Like the last patch before Midnight actually launches. December 2nd? Oh, nice. Okay, good. We have an actual date then. With 11/27. Mark it on my calendar. I gotta put it on my calendar. Trying Trying to rush through remix stuff so I can take some time on those legacy achieves in time for housing on December 2nd. Wish me luck. Good luck. I think you can do it. There's people in chat that have already been item level capped. I thought I've been playing a lot, but not compared to some people. How buggy will it be? Some amount. More bugs than 0? We'll find out. Presumably a decreasing amount of bugs over time as they fix them. In remix, I know, right? Very close to getting to 700. Yeah, 740 is remix item level cap, I believe. Made it to about 580. That might be the cap for queued content. Your moats will continue to give you better... Your moats, as well as the loot that you get from your infinite research boxes. And if you do raids, things that drop right off raids, those will continue to scale past 580. But that is the cap for, like, the quest boxes. Yeah, it'll keep cruising up. Hi, Xavius. How are my horns doing? 14 horns at the first Seder. That I'm excited about, actually, getting Xavius horns. Try to get 10 item levels a day. Past 600, feel so behind. Don't even worry about it. I don't think there's caps for limits unbound. I think that we're going to keep pushing that up for a long time. I don't think that they cap it. I could be wrong. Okay, nice. One more piece here. Ooh, that's nice. That slot had fallen behind a bit. That puts me up to 630. Oh. So now we're gonna do normal. Heard the cap 999. More than high enough item level for mythic grade. Yeah, I'm sure. 999999999. I don't know if we're doing normal. People are leaving. I'm out of here. Turn in a few more research things. Fairly quick to breeze through the leveling zones? Yeah, it is. And one more, just for a solid 1K. Not very infinite then, is it? Hands. Ooh, 636 seal and Asher Repertoire, nice. I have been having a terrible time getting Touch of Malice items. I have one at 588 and that's it. And I should have 2 of them on. I just haven't been finding them. I hate that only the Fel spec is viable. I refuse to use Fel magic on my paladin. Worth leveling alt for the Fel class mounts. I think grinding at the bronze is probably faster, if that's the only thing that you want the alt for. I am kind of holding off in the meantime, though, just to kind of, you know, in case I decide to level one of those things later, so I don't double up on it. See how long it takes to get into a specific Ivashara heroic. Get 2 more research done. We've been using these. Yeah. Keep moseying on through this. Another 3 sets. Oh, give me a legendary appearance. Sure. I'm not even checking out what any of it looks like anymore. We're just getting it for the sake of it. $57.1. Got about 10 minutes left on stream today. Here, let's go to the bank and dollar run and try to pick up that thread if it's going to be needed for Sojourner. I was hoping that it would just be like 3 quests long. Bank and dollar run, huh? Oh, yeah. Touch of Malice, Terror from Below, ideally 2 of each, and then 1 rank of Volatile Magics is what Wowhead wants me to do for BM Hunter. I imagine it's going to be similar for basically most DPS specs, but your mileage may vary. Wowhead has a list that's broken out by spec. Base for everyone? Yeah, there you go. It's a good thing we're not rolling against each other for loot, huh? Plan BM, check out that guide. It basically, the gist of the guide is it says, get this trait, and then those 3 things. Terror, Touch of Malice, and Volatile Magic. Higher item level epic Terror Trinket to drop. Yeah, you can go through some real dry spells. They do give you like a free piece of jewelry every day, but it doesn't seem to proc the lucky trait for me. I wish they would give you a piece of jewelry every day that matched one of the traits of the jewelry you already have, but what are you going to do? It's not holding us back too much. Stuck with an 84 trinket since it's epic and gives 3 ranks. Yeah. Looking for the same neck since 600. Yeah, my stuff, I have a 588 trinket and then a 633 trinket. Bearing in mind that my item level is around 630. 578 ring and then a good one. And then my neck is not too far behind. I need to drop 1 Volatile Magic for a Touch of Malice, but I haven't found one yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna procrastinate on Heroic World Tier. That's just kind of a later us problem. But yeah, I try to keep old jewelry or like newer jewelry and trinkets like in my bags for the sake of my bag item level. I do it kind of messy. I just have a pile of garbage. But works out. There we go. Now we did this journey thing. Maybe the rest of them will be easier. Got a couple of appearances. Pants, handguards, battle pants. Must be quest mog from when that quest was in originally. Yeah. Bag item level will determine what item level gear you're getting from things like your motes. As well as drops. It's pretty important. The main reason to keep extra things around is just if they don't have your optimal trait, but they're higher item level, you would just keep them in your bags. Because the traits don't scale. Like a really low item level piece of gear, like a neck piece with the same trait, or with the correct trait, is going to be massively better than something with good item level but the wrong trait. Just been scrapping like crazy. I don't blame you. The urge to just clear out your bags and get this stuff out of here. It gets messy. You do the eagles too. So to get a different type of pet, you would need to tame a different pet. You're, as far as I can tell, not able to respec your pets. They might be adding that back in Midnight, I forget if they didn't add it back already. Or maybe a stable master, actually. Maybe you can do it at a stable master. Maybe don't listen to me. Yeah, stable master. Don't listen to me. Go to a stable master, you can respec your pets. I forgot they changed that. It used to be that you had to get a pet that came as the right thing. So usually I just get one pet of each type. I just tame a couple of pets so that I can hot swap them. And that is still nice if you want to be able to hot swap between endurance, tenacity, and ferocity. But if you just want one, then just go respec it at the stable master. Pardon my outdated knowledge. I don't remember when they changed that, but it's one of those facts that refuses to update in my brain for some reason. I liked it when you had to feed your pets to keep them happy. And you had to know what your pets wanted to eat. So, like, if you had a bird that only eats fungus, you had to go get some mushrooms for it. That was fun. That's why I always play a hunter whenever I'm playing classic hardcore. Never played a hunter. I mean, it's gotten much more user-friendly over the years. They also used to make you buy ammo, and every time you would auto-shot, it would consume 1 unit of ammo. So you had to buy arrows or get, like, bullets crafted if you had a gun. And then you had one of your bag slots was taken up by your ammo pouch to store it. Love that. And then, of course, there's different ranks of ammo, so if you want to do your best damage, you gotta get the expensive stuff. Good times. Soul shards for warlocks back then. Yep. Yeah, those are the two classes. I guess because I just love a pet class for hardcore classic. Those are the two classes that I would play a lot of. What do they want me to do? Wave your hands in the air, spin, and flap. Oh, I see. I have to do what they're doing. So if they're spinning, I'm spinning. They're spinning. They're waving. I'm waving. My wave does not look like their wave. I think it's a lack of wings. There we go. I don't remember this quest at all. This is the world boss. You gonna eat my new friend? Got 584. Your motes of broken time will continue to give you slightly higher item level gear. And same thing with loot that drops off of a raid boss or comes from the cash that you get for turning in infinite research. Those things will scale with you, and they'll always be like a small upgrade to your average item level. I'm level 80. I'm item level 631 with 625 equipped. So now if I... Actually, we can turn in one of these. Oh, that was fast. Because it's just about the end of my stream time slot anyway. If I turn in my research, it'll give me an item that is of an appropriate item level for me. What was the last one I got? Cacodus last call. Did I not turn in one in? Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Yeah, Automod didn't like that one much. Okay. Look at that. Clean up a little bit more. Oh, hey, my Ivashara. Oh, all right. we'll get 2 researches worth out of here. It's something. I thought I was gonna for sure finish Stormheim today. I did not. I got too distracted doing research. Need 2 more local storylines done. Man, I can feel a draft coming from somewhere. I wonder if I need to, if you find, like, a draft coming from, like, a window sash, can you just, like, I mean, I guess I can try. There's no harm in it. Have at it with some duct tape. See if it helps. Trying to stay warm over here. That's how you know that you're in a really fancy home, is when they've, used duct tape as weather stripping. Add on with a shiny line on the screen to show you where to go. I bet you that's my waypoint UI. Am I doing good damage in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Never mind, there's a 696 in here. At first I was like, I'm gonna be the hero. Nope, somebody else is. That's fine by me. Fast run. Yeah, waypoint UI. Good stuff. It just makes the in-game waypoints more visible. I have to remember when we're doing this to not stop and try and damage trash and small poles. Just try and make it all the way to where we're going. And save my kicks for the polymorph. Oh, somebody else is on it. Random dungeon pucks that kick? Wow. Sometimes we run through dungeons so fast that my pets fall behind and they'll be just attacking like a tiny mob 2 bosses back and they can't catch up. I have to dismiss them and resummon them. Yeah, my pet is out of range. Buddy, friend. Oh, there he is. He's caught up now. I also feel like my weapon is usually a pretty good indicator of what item level my upgrades are going to drop at, because my weapon usually stays like 3 to 5 item levels ahead of my average. So I feel like the Artifactium Sand kind of drops pretty regularly, but this is just headcanon. Seems to keep pace pretty consistently. Like, I've never gotten like 10 of them back to back to juice my weapon up way past what the rest of my gear is. I don't know why I always check the gear that drops in dungeons. It's always going to be 584. Oh, somebody leveled up. This one's nice and fast. I do kind of wish my bird could run. I think it would look neat. It's got feet. It could do it. See if I can make it in the door. Sometimes I don't. Pets with me? Pets with me. Nice. This is good. Got my item level up 15 for the day, something like that. It's decent. Happy with that. Yeah, we only did one raid. Part of it's just getting lucky and not getting the same slot repeatedly from all of your motes and your research boxes. Will you stop playing WoW for the day after stream now? I'm gonna stop playing WoW at least for a bit because it's lunchtime and I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna eat. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I have some options. I need to get organized. But I might play more WoW at some point. I've been doing remix in the evenings sometimes because it's just real cozy to put my feet into the foot heater and cozy up at the desk with a pot of tea. Plus, I feel like the more work I do on my item level, the faster this will get like really fun, so I can really cruise through and crush the good stuff on stream. I don't feel bad for like skipping any part of the gearing. I feel like the sooner I can get blasting, the better. There we go. At some point off stream, I may make a point to do my weeklies or my Item Run weeklies. There's a void of house hunting activity. Has it been filled with a new passion? Lots of errands, and like sort of baby house projects or yard projects. I can always be counted on to just go poke around with stuff outside, even if it's just like cleaning up and chopping stuff up or turning my compost or something. There's usually something going on. Baking. I have some apples. I've been meaning to make an apple crisp situation. But yeah, it's nice to not have to look for houses anymore. Now I can just sit here and worry about the one I got. Works for me. Alright. So item level average 632, equipped 626, and it is giving me 640 pieces. So it will give you upgrades, which is nice. Plus a little extra rep. One more piece from motes. Anything super behind aside from my jewelry? No, it's been good. It's been keeping pretty par. My jewelry is super behind, but what are you gonna do? That's fine. Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, guys. This is the end of my stream for today, but I'll be back tomorrow morning for a cozy Thursday morning. Hopefully I can figure out what that buzzing sound was all about, get it fixed for you guys. Appreciate your company. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.